For the start of this session, Teddy, would you like to give us a recap of
Yeah.
what happened?
Yes. This is a journal entry. So, yeah. I tried to be short. Unfortunately, Teddy's long-winded. So sorry in advance. Des Day the 1st, 4th month, 650. Today was signing day. My group, Hayes, Marigold, and Xanthi, all signed successfully and met with our lieutenant. Besides celebrating and signing, our priority was to start looking at potential sponsors to house us. As nice and quaint as the schoolhouse is, I am definitely looking forward to finding somewhere that might give us a chance to spread out and make ourselves more at home. Based on our maps and a couple of postings on the job board, we elected to head down to Ivy Walk first. It's a lovely area with some gorgeous villas, and I very much enjoyed walking around and seeing that part of Old Haven. We were able to find some directions to get us to our first stop, the home of Kesh Hawksong. They posted a notice regarding a mysterious scroll they found after a planar merge, but they couldn't read it. Neither could I, but fortunately the rest of my group could. Who knew Sylvan was such a common language? I'll need to study up to stay on track. They eventually deciphered it, and apparently the scroll was offering a pact in exchange for spells. Kesh seemed very interested, having attempted and failed to pass the entrance exam to the Maru Society, a prestigious magic school. Now, Valiant is a warlock, and they're wonderful, but I've definitely heard my fair share of horror stories about patron pacts and how they can go awry. I expressed this concern, and it seemed my companions felt similarly, and we urged young Kesh to explore other options. Xanthi suggested joining her church, and Marigold offered to tutor them, but I don't suppose she. But I don't suppose she's all that experienced in the world of academia. She mentioned she got her magic recently, and not through study. Hayes seemed to connect with Kesh the most, being able to relate. Apparently, their parents are both researchers and scholars in Lumen. I wonder what prevented her from going that route. Anyhow, we discussed alternate options to help Kesh pursue their goal of magic, and eventually we convinced them to speak with their father to figure out some options together. Ultimately, a success, I should think. We decided to stop by our other Ivy Walk destination, Lord Zarius Malrocky's estate. He was on a list of potential sponsors, but apparently he has a sort of reputation with the locals of Old Haven. As we walked, I had the chance to speak with Xanthi. She truly is a delight, very enthusiastic and passionate about her deity. She has always wanted to study magic, much like Kesh, but found her way through religion. I'm intrigued to learn more about and from her, as well as the others. When we arrived at Lord Malrocky's villa, it seemed to be in a little more disrepair than many of the other mansions in the area. The interior of his home was very dusty, and his garden was quite overgrown. Marigold seemed interested in fixing it up as part of our partnership with him, and if we do choose to align ourselves with this sponsorship, I would very much like to assist in that. I don't know how much common ground we have in terms of creative vision, but it could very much be the thing to help me figure her out, as she eludes me as of now. Lord Malrocky offered a very generous stipend, and I'll admit that, plus our very own guest house in Ivy Walk, is very appealing. We reached out to Jaden to see if he had any information about Malrocky and why he seemed to be a bit of a black sheep in Old Haven. We got a reply later on that it would be easier to explain in person, but soon after we also heard that things were going poorly with his group and that he would need the weekend. I hope that he and his companions are doing all right. I also forgot, it's not in the recap, but we got the little blue dragonfly. There's like two things that I'm like, Teddy doesn't know about, but I want to make sure I remind people of, so
Yep.
that I forgot about that until now, but that happened. Yes. We also had our second dip into danger when we headed to the South Docks to deal with the crawling hands situation. We were able to track down the person who posted the listing, a dwarven gentleman by the name of Jerry. He works for Arcane Shipping, and I got to see their carelessness firsthand as they dropped a large shipment of components right in front of us. Everything Dad says about them seems to be true, so if nothing else, I've reinforced that Arcane Shipping is the worst of the bunch. I still don't know how they can even consider themselves competition, but I digress. Apparently, these crawling hands would come out at night and nab people. Jerry said they'd come out of the sewers. I was very reluctant to go, but Marigold sallied forth, interested in domesticating the buggers. Though it was dark in the sewer tunnels, we were able to light our way with my canteen. It didn't take too long for our presence to be noticed by the hands. Not sure how they knew. I don't think they could see or hear us, but I digress again. Dozens upon dozens of hands swarmed around Hayes and Marigold and eventually dragged the poor Genasi over the edge and into the water. They got me too, and even though the water wasn't that deep, I found myself freezing. The feeling of being pulled around and pummeled, turned around and disoriented in the murky water, not knowing when my next breath would be, it was terrifying. I don't wish to dwell on it any longer. I managed to free myself, and Hayes, Xanthi, and I made quick work of the swarm before turning our efforts to find Marigold. Though she cannot drown as a water genasi, I presume, being pulled along the bottom of a sewer, being beaten and hit and scratched and clawed will take a toll on anyone after a while. We were able to find her and help free her. We took a moment to catch our breath before we left, having dealt with the hands, nabs, and all. This was also the other thing, where Marigold crept away and found a ruby that seems magical, a bunch of money, and a potion of healing. Not in the recap, but I don't forget. Okay. I regret my demeanor the rest of the day. I was drenched and cold and miserable and behaved regrettably in front of my new companions. I hope I can apologize and make it up to them quickly. I don't wish to be a liability to my team, and I know I can control myself better than that. They deserve the best I can offer, regardless of how the day goes and what tribulations we encounter. I'm actually writing this entry on the 2nd as Jerry bought us drinks for taking care of the hands. I definitely overindulged and was still feeling miserable by the time we wandered back to the schoolhouse, and as soon as I was able to wash up and change into my nightclothes, I trundled off to bed, having dreams of murky water and creatures waiting to pull me deeper, hiding in the gloom. Though it is still the morning, I am looking forward to a more restful sleep tonight. I do hope my companions can find it within them to look past this poor early impression. I shall have to find a way to make it up to them somehow this weekend. Breakfast! And scene.
Nice. Very nice. One savvy point for you, Teddy.
Yay!
Well done.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah, that covers everything that happened last session. Y'all did a lot. Y'all were a little overachievers. Hitting up 2 jobs and a sponsor in an afternoon. Another club. No sleep. But yeah, very nice. So, as we start today's session, we're gonna have another kind of overview of the city. It's early spring in Old Haven, and on windy days, naturally or otherwise, the salty ocean smell lingers along most of the pale stone streets. Marigold, for you this brings a sense of peace and joy that is felt deep in your bones as a water genasi. On some of the warmer days, many of the residents can be seen strolling along the canal or through Woe Park. At the far edge of South Dock, near the Styx, adults and kids alike can be seen splashing in the rocky pebbled beaches that occasionally dot the edge of the city. As was discussed, you all finally took a long rest, the 3 days at least that are needed to have a official long rest, and a bit of a recovery from everything that had happened. So if everyone wants to roll initiative, we'll go in that order for people kind of describing what you got up to.
I got a natural 1.
Oh.
Teddy, okay. All right, Teddy.
Getting it out of the way for something that's not important.
Exactly.
Well. I don't think I have an initiative score, so 16.
16? All right.
16.
Oh, wait, are we adding our initiative to this?
Yeah, it's an initiative.
Then I got a dirty 20.
An initiative. Wow.
Yeah. Dirty 20, Marigold.
Mm-hmm.
Xanthi, what'd you get?
That would be a 14 then, with the +2.
All right. So, Marigold, you're up first. What did you get up to in these couple days over the weekend?
Well, I had 2 things that I was going to try to do, and some of them they kind of like work with everyone else's. So
Sweet.
I'm trying to find what the second thing was. Just give me 1 second.
Marigold chops off her hand and makes her own crawling claw.
Ta-da! It's an art project. On the first day, pre-day. Wait, where's the page where everyone else said that they were doing?
It's under
This one. What's that one?
vlog, daily log.
Did you say vlog?
I'm in the wrong Discord. Oopsies.
That'll do it.
Found it. Okay, so yeah, I guess Marigold is surprised by the breakfast, but really enjoys it. Wait, what did you say? What kind of breakfast Teddy made?
So he would have gone out to one of the nearby bakeries. He'd probably pick up a lot of pastries, some like fresh fruit. So I'm imagining like cinnamon rolls, danishes, scones, and like strawberries, whatever you'd find in Old Haven in the spring.
Nice.
Yeah. So Marigold enjoys the breakfast a lot. You can tell she really likes pastries and fresh fruit. And then she would go with everyone to kind of explore the schoolhouse for a little bit, and look at the portrait hall, and see like photos of everyone's like family members. I think
So
she'd
in
probably.
that regard,
Yeah, in that regard.
I'll say real quick, because I know a lot of people wanted to look at the like portraits,
Yeah.
but it's less like very close up portraits, and basically every class takes a picture, an old timey Magitech picture. So it's not the best quality, but it is like from the top of the schoolhouse out over the lawn, and the class is like lined up so they make the number of whatever class they are. So like you can like be like, oh, that's like a water genasi looking person, that's a human. So it's not clear enough to where you can be like very easily can discern, but you can be like, that one could be it. But you do see, I think it's 102 is the class of y'all that have people that are older, and then for anyone who, for Hayes, Castor's class is like 120 something, I believe, or 130 something. So I'd have to do the math, but you are able to find at least the kind of class portrait. There's like nearly 200 people in each class, so it would be kind of hard to have a full detailed portrait. So unfortunately, if anyone's looking for like, oh, that's when they were young, you can't necessarily exactly see that.
Oh my gosh, this actually reminds me of when I was in college in marching band, and we'd all take the big band picture together. It's like 300 people, and they have like blown up versions in the band building, so I could like go up and be like, that one was me. And you can actually see it because it's like blown up. But
he was they all line up in the shape of the number, and I'm like, what in the marching band is this?
I'll have to
That's
show
actually
y'all
from
a
the Naval
picture
Academy.
It's
Naval Academy,
Ohio State
graduating
University.
Yeah, for the Naval Academy, the freshman class would always line up in the year for the whatever year they would graduate. So I was like, I like that because that sounds fun.
Yeah. So Marigold would probably like point out the little blob that is her mom if everyone's like pointing out family members. But if they're talking about stories, I feel like Marigold probably would tell some stories about what her mom got up to while she was like a member of the CFB. She doesn't have like too many stories from like her time when her mom was like, you know, in the like group, but she has a few of the stories, so she might like share a few. And then I think she wouldn't. There's some things that other people get up to on Friday. She wouldn't do that with them. I think instead she would go to the beach.
To the beach.
And swim.
Yeah.
Get some swims in. Probably watch the sunset from where they watched that overlook last time, and have fish on a stick.
There you go.
Because, you know, we needed that. We really needed fish on a stick. Saturday, she would want to go explore the town and go shopping with everyone. The place that she would go is she would drag everyone to buy a radio. She's going to buy a radio. And they're very big. And she knows she can't carry them. So she's going to ask the stronger members of the party to help bring this ginormous radio home to their room so she can put it by her bed.
That radio is going to cost 6 gold. So
yeah, I can afford that.
All right. So yeah, you were able to get this big, think less radio, more like the equivalent of like a jukebox kind of vibe. Like it's big, it's clunky, it's Magitech.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely old-timey radio, not like a little portable guy. But once you have your own place, you can put it there. However, right now you did just bring it and put it back in like the middle of the dorms that are like the makeshift dorms you all are staying in. It's just like
I need the radio,
you got your
so
pet fish on top of this giant radio.
yeah.
Marigold's moving in.
Just like
Perfect.
back at home. Just like
Yeah.
back at home.
There you go.
So, and then she would join everyone else. Maybe get a book from the bookstore. And then on the Sunday, I'm trying to think of what she gets up to then. Sorry, I had something and now I'm blanking. Oh, okay. Yeah. She would go spend a lot of the day walking around Center Market for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably that day would pick up the rose for Zarius and bring it to him. Not the rose, the multiple. She does the
bachelor style.
She said she would do a floral arrangement, so she gets the black roses, goes back to, the makeshift dorm, does some floral arranging, gets it all looking very nice and to her tastes, and then goes and brings it to Zarius, and would probably finish the day with another beach day.
There you go.
And probably write a letter to her dad while she's sitting at the beach. She's probably caught some fish
Nice.
to cook for dinner. So if anyone wants like a fresh seafood dinner that was like hand caught by Marigold for Sunday, getting all that good protein and omega-3 before we start the week,
nice.
You're more than welcome to join. She has enough to share with everyone.
Sweet. All right. Yeah, Marigold.
Oh, and she does do the game night. I saw that someone wanted a game night. And Marigold is at the game night.
All right. Awesome. Got some betting going on, some gambling in the makeshift dorms. True dorm experience. 3 days in gambling, making yourself at home and gambling. Cool.
Can this character of mine actually be good at gambling, please?
Well, Hayes, you're up. So,
Oh,
what did you get up to during your time?
Yeah. Sounds like we stuck together for the most part. Yeah. Whenever Teddy brings the breakfast, then it's just like, well, if I would have like helped if you would have let me know. I could have brought more. You didn't have to do it all on your own. And going out to the portrait hall, probably not able to like pick out which one is their brother. But best guess, it's looking for all like the ones with red hair. Like maybe you'll learn like a little bit, not much, just like a little bit like childhood memories. Learn that he was a druid. Then if anything else gets like asked about, would anybody like ask about like what happened like after, like why does it like do volunteering anymore or anything?
I mean, I probably would have asked. Yeah, probably would not super invasively, but just be like, oh, like okay, and they're not. Did they, not want to continue, or what are they doing now? Like, just normal conversation questions, probably.
Back at Lumen. Yeah.
Yeah. In that case, yeah, he would just be like kind of give a pause and then just be like, well, he doesn't like to talk about it, so I don't really want to do the talking for him. That's all right. But he's in comfort now. And then, yeah, you fish on a stick. Helping Marigold lug a giant radio back to the dorm.
Moving.
I can't wait to pick it up and walk it all the way down to Ivy Walk. in a
I
couple
know, you
days.
Just boombox it down fucking Ivy Walk.
I know. Excuse me. Sorry.
Nice.
Thank you. And then yeah, game night. I don't know if he knows how to play poker.
Well, now's
But-
time to learn.
Now's the time to learn. And yeah, I would probably try to go more towards I don't have much money right now. I can deal in favors if you want. But if anybody tried to be no gold or nothing, dude. Then yeah, could be talked into betting with coppers.
Just a friendly game, low stakes, all coppers.
Yeah. We might be rich soon, who knows? And that's it. I
Everyone's
think
writing
that's all I
Zarius'
got.
name as the IOU. Zarius will pay.
Mhm.
All right. Cool.
Cool.
Anything else? All right. All right. Well then, next, Xanthi. What did you get up to?
Unmute myself to start with. So yes, I think Xanthi starts off by, trying to be sociable and just straight up just walking straight up to other volunteers that she's never spoken to before and just introducing herself and trying to get to know other groups, and then wanting to do a little exploring. I think when they go and see the pictures of the other classes, she's looking for a black-haired male-ish figure and next to a redhead, trying to find her parents. And I think every 2 minutes she's oh, that's maybe them. Oh no, or it could be them. And just getting excited every time. Probably just conversing nonstop, asking questions about everybody's families, and I think what else did I say? She probably would share just even unasked, she doesn't need a question to share. She is probably just shares that, her parents met in the volunteers and that's where they fell in love, and just that was their meet cute. And just how sweet that is, how romantic. She probably would take some time for some daily meditation and prayer as well. And then Saturday, really gung-ho to go explore the town, see all the sights, absolute tourist vibes, just looking around and just looking up and being very excited to see just how many people there are and how many shops there are and how many different types of food there are. Doesn't have a ton of access to these kind of foods back home, so would make herself sick probably eating food stall foods, all the meat skewers, whatever kind of fruit kebabs there are. She's just overindulging for sure. And booksellers, yes, she definitely wants to go into every single bookstore they see. It doesn't matter how many there are. She always is can we go into this one too? And is asking after particular authors that she's not really having any luck with people knowing who she's talking about, and she's very just perplexed because they're pretty big deals. Don't understand why they're not more widely known. And then yeah, I think like when they hit Central Market, she'll just kind of like take a moment and just be like, can we just pause for a minute? And she'll just kind of sit cross-legged on a bench and just impromptu prayer session just right there. She just kind of closes her eyes, sits cross-legged, and just like chills there for like a full 5 minutes, and then just like pops up like nothing's weird and just is ready to go on. And then Sunday is for definitely writing home, but not really mailing them off. If anyone like noticed or asked, she would just probably explain that like it's hard to get mail all the way out to Serenity's Roost. So it's kind of more of a big deal to get mail. So she saves them up. So she's saving up her letters to make one kind of bigger delivery, and seems to kind of write like novel length letters, just like writing and writing without pause. Has trouble with like one of her letters and is like scratching a lot, crumpling up paper, starting over again. And then once she set aside her writing, then she is ready to be sociable again, and tries to instigate some play for penny poker games amongst the volunteers, and tries to rope people into playing. And I think she would absolutely, if there was like people who like didn't really know, she'd like still try to like encourage them to play and like try to explain to them, while being really animated doing so, about like how to play the game. Probably inserting like copious anecdotes about like how she learned from her friend Risa, who is a cleric and is, taught her everything she knows, and how cool she is, and just, unasked for little anecdotes. Yeah, starting a gambling ring, absolutely she is.
Hell yeah. All right. Anything else? Also, Morgan, did you have something you wanted to say? I have my chat muted, so I will not see it. You have to just let me know, because otherwise I get distracted when I'm trying to DM. So
She just started talking and I didn't want to interrupt. Yeah. So I had been writing whenever Meg was like going over everything, or not Meg. What is your name, Tate?
Marigold.
Yeah, I saw the word Teddy and I was like Meg, but no. Whenever Tate was narrating everything, I just wrote everything down that Tate was saying. So I was going through like replying basically to all of those things. I forgot I had extra things as well. Yeah, whenever everybody goes out shopping, Hayes wants to go look at like stationery. There's
Okay.
anything.
You can keep going.
Sorry. Any kind of like any place that sells like really like interesting stationery or like postcards or anything. Not buying anything, just kind of like keeping it in mind, like where it is, how much they are. And then next day on Sunday, or no, that night writes letters, and then the next day is gonna go offer to like be like, I'm gonna go into town, mail out some letters. If you have any like that you, oh god, that if you want like me to bring, I can mail out your letters for you. It's fine. Just let me know where. And the extra thing that I texted you, Lucas. So like, any luck with that?
Well, let me pull up all my DMs. Y'all were
one-
texting me. Y'all were sliding my DMs about things that you wanted to do and not have the other group see.
Laughing.
No.
No
Yeah,
luck?
you do not have any luck with that.
Sad.
Well, Tate just said that they had to take this important phone call. So let's just take 5. get water or something, and then hopefully Tate's phone call is up by the time we're ready to come back for Teddy's.
For sure.
I think everyone should also just take like 3 silver for general. If you bought anything, food, drinks. Granted, you do get meals by the schoolhouse.
Yeah.
So,
Not the same as like street vendor food, though.
yeah, maybe you even need to add an extra silver there, Xanthi, with the amount of sticks of meat you ate, the amount of
Just
New
so
York
much
City
meat.
hot dogs. you
Just
ate.
like so much. She's like, what? All this? Yeah.
She's so me. We have like a little like vendors craft market, farmers market thing every Wednesday, and I go and I just like, I need a drink and I need some dinner and I need
You
a
gotcha.
snack.
Yeah,
Just
there's something about street market food.
it just hits. I don't know. I worked in a food truck for a summer. Super fun. Big fan.
What? This is not yours.
Well, you said come on right as you walked in with food. I would think it's mine.
Oh.
All right.
Settle.
That's not right. 1 gold is. Oh no, come back. Okay, that is. Shoot.
What picture did you share, Meg?
Oh, it's the Ten of Swords, which is the card that Teddy got for his post-session tarot. I just think the pictures are really funny.
Oh. I was like, why is it not showing?
It's just, I have my card of it pulled up. Let me show you what you're missing out on. This is like the one that I shared is like a cuter pastel version, but this is what the card looks like.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Teddy, what happened?
He's facing an inevitable change.
Uh-oh. Could it be his druid subclass?
Could be.
All right. Everything good, T? Cool. All right. Well then, we will continue on. For those of you that weren't here, just take 3 silver to account for general expenses of food and drinks that you had over the course of the week. So there's that. Also, Tate, did Marigold gamble with everyone?
Yes.
Or no? Then just do rollies, just straight D20. We'll see how you do in terms of where everyone else was.
I got an 18.
All right.
Oh.
So actually, everyone take 1 copper, and Marigold, you get 3 copper. As everyone else got 9, 10, and a 10. So
Nice.
I'd say that's a pretty
Alrighty.
big. Yeah, Marigold's good at gambling. Apparently, look at that. Add it to your character sheet. All right. So with that, we'll continue on. Last but not least,
I think Lotus
boy
floating in
himself.
her hair looks at other people's cards and communicates.
yeah, there's a crawling claw that just like steals a card.
Got a card and a hand up your sleeve.
Morgan,
okay?
stop breaking things. All right.
Yeah. As far as Teddy's things, yeah, I mean, mostly covered by everybody else. He's like Xanthi, like happy to chat about like, you know, whatever stories he has of his dad and the volunteers. He'll also look at the more recent ones and find his brother and be like, oh, that's my brother, you know. Just, yeah, he's very excited. Yeah, that's mostly what his Friday is. Saturday, shopping, taking a peek. He's not actually shopping, he's just kind of looking around. He's asking locals if they know of anybody by the name of Garanush Salehi, but he doesn't get anything, unfortunately. If any of you want to ask about that, he'll happily tell you about it.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Xanthi is
No,
going
she
to always
didn't.
be
You know
the
she did.
yes and.
Yeah, so Teddy will explain, because he and Xanthi had a chat. He told her about Zilira, the groundskeeper from his home, how she was the one that kind of taught him druidcraft, and that when he was set to leave, she gave him that name as somebody who could help him continue to learn his druidy stuff, beyond, like, what she has taught him. So, looking out for that, but doesn't find anything. But that's okay. Oh my gosh, I'm clicking into every Discord besides this one. Yeah, just kind of chill out on Saturday. And then Sunday, yeah, just whatever the rest of the group does. I think if the rest of the party is going with Marigold to the beach, he will have a great time sitting in the sun on the sand far away
Everyone's
from
going
the
to the beach with me?
Well, I don't know if the party is going, he will go. He will not go on his
know.
own.
That's so fun.
I
If
just
everyone
wanted to
else is
say.
going, I'm going.
Marigold will try to get everyone to swim with her.
Which I will not.
Hard pass.
But
I'll swim with you.
The two from Lumen will go swimming.
Mm-hmm.
Swimming.
Xanthi, do you want to
some
build a really
rocks.
cool sandcastle for a crab or something that we find?
Absolutely. She's down for that.
Oh, if I had any spell slots left, I would use like mold earth or whatever. The epic sandcastle. I don't think I actually have mold earth now that I'm thinking about it. But anyway.
Xanthi will be super impressed anyway. So sandcastles in general, it can be really, really small, and she'll still think it's super cool.
Yeah, we have a great time in the sand, finding
Nice.
crabs.
All right. And then you
Is that on Sunday
all-
or free day that we all go to the beach together?
I could see either one happening. I'm not picky.
and you all
We also have Monday
time
and
at the
Tuesday to
beach.
do stuff as well, right?
I'm going to take over.
Oh.
You gotta go to class. You gotta go to work. No
Ugh.
fun. Everyone's going to work.
Cookie.
So generally just what you did during the downtime. But yeah, cool. Well, y'all have a bit more bonding. Anything else, Teddy, that you do during your downtime?
I feel like you're prompting me to say or do something, but I can't think of what that could be, so I'm gonna say
No,
no.
I'm
And if
just
there's something you
making
think
sure.
I should do,
No, I'm
let
just
me
making sure
know.
before I steal the spotlight.
Nah, I
and
think
move us
that's
forward.
it for Teddy.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah, so you all spent the weekend recovering, taking your long rest, hanging out together, seeing a bit of the city. As the weekend kind of progressed, the large converted dorm slowly emptied. The other squads in your cohort have begun to find sponsors or agree to stay in the more permanent dorms within the schoolhouse. You did notice somewhere between the text that you got, or the message that you got from Jaden, he and his group must have grabbed their things. They are no longer staying in the schoolhouse. So it appears that they found a sponsor, because you also haven't seen them really around the schoolhouse at the weekend. So you don't imagine that they're like staying in one of the dorms, because the dorms are just like on the third floor. So you feel like you would have run into the group if they had stayed. On Monday or Monday, you all had your first volunteer training classes. You learned some team combat techniques, basic first aid, and the protocol of how to report planar merges, where it occurred to you that you have not reported the two that the two jobs that you completed. You completed them, but you did not report them. So it was a long day of work, school vibes from about 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. You were off on Tuesday and back in class on Wednesday for another 12-hour day, which looks like that's going to be the norm Monday, Wednesday, Friday, as Lieutenant Lialia told you. That is your cohort's kind of days of classes, whereas some of the other cohorts are Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. So with that, today is Days Day, so Thursday, if we all want to keep that in mind. And you have the day free again. Jaden finally messaged you all back. You see Hayes that about kind of 9:15 or so in the morning, you get a message from Jaden being like, "Hey, week's been crazy, but let's do dinner Saturday. Get those fish on a stick and talk more about Lord Malraki if you still want. Let me know." And so you are free to respond. It's about 9:30 in the morning, and the day is yours. So Let me know what y'all are doing.
Hey, Lucas, I have something for
Oh, yes,
Tuesday.
you do. I
For
forgot.
Tuesday.
Yes.
All right.
Tell everyone about Typhoon Takedown.
Tuesday night, Marigold sits by the radio and turns it on, tunes it to the right station.
Give me a sleight of hand as you tune this radio to try to find the station that is on a different wavelength than Lumen.
No! Why did I roll poorly now? Everything's fine. 10.
A 10. Okay. It takes you a little bit longer. You realize halfway through tuning it that like you know the station for Lumen, and you have to quickly go through like all the stations. They're not really stations. It's just the radio waves. I don't know how radios work. Meg, don't look at me. This is a magic radio, and so you try to find where the frequency would be correct. Takes you a little bit. And so you manage to dial into the Typhoon Takedown maybe like 5 minutes late. And you realize as you tune in, it is a repeat. You have heard this one before. But I don't think anyone else in the group has. So you can tell me what you hear on this repeated of Typhoon Takedown.
Yeah, does anyone else listen with Marigold?
The whole fucking dorm does because you have a radio in the middle of the dorm.
That's a good point. So I guess you don't have a choice. You hear a man over the radio. He's like, we're 5 minutes late, so you missed the intro. But basically, the narrator, Essen the Typhoon Cirrus, is talking about the Elder Storm as it surges across the plains between Comfort and Lumen, talking about how crazy there's flipping up some tornadoes and it's just really wild out there. And tune in next week, see if it interacts with any planar merges, and probably an advertisement for something. I don't know.
Hell yeah.
What is this program called?
Typhoon Takedown.
Typhoon Takedown.
Typhoon.
I was taking notes and consulting because I feel like Cirrus has come up before. Is that a relative of yours, Marigold? You mentioned your mother's surname was Cirrus?
Yes, that's my uncle.
So cool.
He's a storm chaser, and this is his radio show. He's really cool. I like to listen to it every week. This was a repeat, but no one else has heard it before, I take it.
I can't say that I have, no.
I don't think we get this station in Serenity's Roost.
Oh, you can get it anywhere. You just have to know which one it changes sometimes, because the storm goes a lot of places and he's always on the move.
Is it the same storm?
Well, sometimes he covers other things, but it's mostly tracking the movements of it's an Elder Tempest, right? An Elder Tempest. It's this really cool elemental being that creates all these storms, and it's really fascinating. So he's basically like a tornado chaser.
I was gonna say, is he a tornado chaser, or because it's an animal, is he Steve Irwin? Is he Steve Irwin?
He's
meets
both.
A tornado chaser?
He's
Rocky
both.
might.
I think he's more on the
Absolutely.
tornado chaser side, though,
Yeah.
like looking at like
He wants to
the
see the
storms that
effects
the
of
Elder
the-
Tempest creates,
Yeah.
how they interact with planar merges, etc. But there's also a little bit about like, wow, crikey, I got really close to his fangs or whatever.
Well, now it's canon. He definitely says crikey.
He doesn't have an Australian accent, but says crikey.
Perfect.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he was a volunteer as well.
Oh, wow.
So amazing. And like, he must be really brave. Like, that seems like
Oh,
dangerous
yeah.
line of work.
He's like one of the bravest people that I know. Although I definitely say that my mom is braver than him.
Wow.
Does she
Yeah.
chase storms as well?
No.
Well, I guess you don't have to chase storms to be brave. What does your mom do?
There's like a long pause in response to that question, and I think she doesn't say anything.
I think Sandy just lets the silence sit for like a really uncomfortably long amount of time, and then finally goes, "Okay." We'll
Yeah,
get there.
my mom's the coolest. Yeah, she's the best at everything.
Oh, that's sweet.
Can I make an insight check on that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, are you
Insane how
rolling
cool her
anything
mom
for...
is.
Are you
I'm
rolling
in on
anything?
this too.
I will roll.
Okay,
But
let
I
me
gotta
know what it
figure out what
is.
I'm rolling for.
Yeah.
Ooh, a 19.
Oh yeah. I forgot this is a very perceptive party. There's a lot of perceiving in this party.
Okay, I have to decide what I'm rolling.
Yeah.
Forget insight is a wisdom-based skill.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. No, I rolled so bad it doesn't matter.
Okay.
It doesn't matter which I was trying. I rolled like
I rolled a 23.
an 8.
Jesus Christ. A 23 and a
So.
19. Well,
I
which
didn't
were you
23, 19?
rolling? Because that will determine how it is perceived by everyone. Like, were
I
you
was
trying to
going
deceive or
a
were you
little
trying to
bit
believe?
Deception.
A little deceptive. All right, there's some deception in that.
A little deceptive.
So yeah, what do they get with your little deception? With a 19 and a 23.
I think you can tell that Marigold is trying to figure out how to answer the question. Like she's debating between like a few different things that she could maybe say.
Mm-hmm.
But she's trying to make it not look like that's what's going on in her mind.
I think like
Interesting.
when Xanthe kind of gets that impression from her, I think like she's just like, it's okay. And then just kind of like pats you on the shoulder and just like, you know, all right. Drop it.
Does Teddy do anything with this information or just stockpiles it?
Tucks that away for now.
Goes into the vault.
Tucks that away
Yeah.
in his scrapbook.
Yeah.
He's got a red string board page for each of you.
Yes.
Yeah.
For each of us. So dumb.
All right, cool. Well, that is one of the events that happens on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So some days they might be new episodes, they might be repeat episodes, depending on what's going on, and we'll find out. Tune in next week.
You said that the storm was like a repeat episode of a storm between like Lumen and Comfort. Has Hayes like any amount like familiar with it at all? You think? Is it like a history situation? Because
I think it's closer
Carla's
to
in Comfort and Mom goes out there a lot. But
yeah, I think it's less like directly in between and like near the mountains, so like around the more north part. So it's something where like you might have heard about it. It's definitely anything that gets closer to like honestly Comfort or even Serenity's Roost starts to be not as not as crazy. You will say you hear during one part of this session that the Elder Tempest mostly is seen south of Serenity's Roost. So it is like that's where it stays unless it like takes a high pressure up near the mountains and then goes back out over the ocean, much like a storm. But it mostly stays in the plains that are even further south from Serenity's Roost. So it is like he is out in the middle of whatever's out there, very far from the reaches of the Free Cities.
okay.
And he also does mention the weather patterns, and he would explain
He's a
that.
meteorologist.
He's a meteorologist. Yeah, but for regular storms
cool.
and eldritch tempests.
Yep.
Eldritch, I meant elder. It's an elemental.
Maybe all will fight it. It's like a CR26 monster.
Oh my god.
Let's wait a couple of levels.
It's only a couple.
Yeah.
But all right.
Firebolt.
Fireball. Bless. So, we fast forward back to 9:30 in the morning on Deus Day. Hayes, you just got that text, that message from Jaden, and you all are ready to kind of start. Again, you have the day off. Remember, you do have an exam on Saturday, your first test. And you all have some, I think, some things you need to figure out as you see this dorm slowly emptying and are like, it would be really cool to maybe not be here anymore. The dorm vibes are getting old. We want some privacy, so go ahead.
Did we still want to talk to the potion person? You know, as a potential sponsor?
Wouldn't hurt.
Yeah. I think we should definitely talk to. Wait, when did Jaden say he was going to talk to us?
Saturday.
Saturday. Oh, we have to wait till Saturday.
Okay.
I guess it's not a bad idea in the event that Zarius is not going to be a good sponsor, but I really think that he would be a wonderful sponsor. I brought him a floral arrangement on Sunday, and it was very well received, I think.
Okay.
I'm just gonna let that one go. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out later.
All right.
And he does have such a wonderful home.
You know, it was a home. And I think, you know, he could be very nice. I just think maybe like it's not a bad idea to like meet more people, right? Since we wanted to maybe wait until we talk to Jaden before, committing.
Oh, of course. Yeah, we should definitely talk to this potions person.
Although, yeah, 300 gold for each of us?
That is a lot of
That's a
money,
lot
yes.
of money, but it's like I can hear my dad's voice in my head going like, something seems too good to be true. It usually is. So that's the only thing. But I'm like, seems very generous.
Well, I mean, he did say that he felt that his reputation would get in the way of him getting to sponsor anyone, so that could be why he was so generous. But I mean, he definitely has ulterior motives.
Super trash how you said that.
Well, I just find it intriguing. I'm curious what the mystery is all about, and what better way to discover that than by living in his house?
I guess.
In his guest house.
Well, yes, that same difference.
I mean, okay, well, you know what? Let's table it. It's a possibility, right? Because,
Yes.
Marigold likes the house, and, 300 gold is nice, and there's a good amount of space. I mean, we could clean up the guest house. I'm sure he probably wouldn't have a problem with that. So, we'll wait. But, I think maybe we should just make sure that, it's not like a dangerous ulterior motive. Maybe. Or we could uncover the mystery by living in his house.
Shoot, with my insight check, could I tell if it was dangerous or not? I can't remember how well I rolled.
You rolled quite well. I think you rolled like a dirty 20.
Did I get the vibe
He got
that
banished.
You did get
Bad.
banished. You did not get a dangerous ulterior motive.
I mean, it didn't seem dangerous.
I mean, that's true. Although, to be fair, you loved those hands.
Well, yes, they were very interesting, and I think would be a very practical, pet. Like a dog.
Okay. Well, okay. Maybe we just move on.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, let's go talk to this potion maker or
yeah.
seller.
Potion
We're just
seller.
not gonna. We're just. I think she'll just like look over to like Hayes and Teddy and be like, "We're just not gonna talk her out of this hand thing." I'm trying.
You know what she was thinking when you all mentioned cleaning up the house? She'd be like, "Well, it'd be easier to clean up the house with a bad hand.
With a bad hand.
It'd dust everywhere."
Need a hand.
Oh.
Um,
So
I mean, sometimes it can be good to let people be charitable. Maybe he doesn't have ulterior motives. Maybe he's just rich.
true.
But
Yeah.
good to table it. See what Jaden has to say as a local.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't. Feels mean to say, but it doesn't seem like there's much competition. Over on that front. So maybe we could afford to wait until we talk to Jaden. I don't know. I mean, I'm fine with whatever.
I mean, he didn't tell me that that he was sponsoring anyone when I was there, so
I mean, at the very least, we could meet this, what was it, Jet person? And just, if nothing else, maybe we'll make a new friend, make a good impression, and, have a good contact for when we need to buy potions.
yes.
I think that's a great idea. Can't hurt to make connections and network.
All right. So I'm hearing you all are off to find the cerulean spade in Ivy Walk. Nope, sorry, in
Upper Docks.
Upper Harbor. All right. Yeah, you all are able to head out from the schoolhouse. It is a regular old planar day, the material plane, no merges, just a spring day, kind of warm, a little breezy. Everything everyone loves about the spring day. Pollen's fully in the air. Teddy loves it. So many little spores floating about. But as you enter into the narrow alleys and steep steps of the Upper Harbor, you see the multitude of shop windows full of different items, distracting you as you smell the various cuisine from the restaurants, taverns, and cafes whose seating spills out into the streets. The narrow paths eventually break into larger squares full of people. On the edge of one such square, in front of a large, stately building, you hear kind of an angry human on a soapbox ranting to a small group. You hear him go, "Plano merges are more violent than ever, yet the society mages do nothing about it. Why won't they fix what their predecessors caused? We, as free citizens..." And it continues on. He's giving this kind of maybe political, maybe just angry rant to a crowd that, at the very least, maybe a crowd of like 5 or 10 people, small crowd, seems to agree, and it seems to be well received. There's a little, chorus of like, "Yeah, why not?" What are they doing? It's 9:30. It's like 10 o'clock in the morning, and these people are angry. They got a lot of anger in them in 10 o'clock in the morning. But this is kind of, as you've walked through Upper Harbor, which you'd kind of missed a lot of the kind of main parts of Upper Harbor when Jaden took you quickly through like the back alleys, so to speak, to the Overlook. But the Upper Harbor is kind of broken up into multiple of these little winding alleys and steps, and then it breaks out into squares where there's like shops, and more restaurants, fountains, the classic square vibe. And at the edge of one of these, you're able to easily ask. You're looking for a shop. and it's a pretty well-known shop. You're able to ask for the cerulean spade, and you see as you approach that there is kind of this glass semicircle dome that bubbles out from the rest of the building. A small wooden sign is out front that says the cerulean spade for all your alchemy needs. And yeah, you're able to see that it looks like the door's kind of propped open a little bit for the nice spring weather, and you're able to head inside if you'd like.
I
I'm
would
gonna yell
like.
at him from out here, actually.
You're not there?
No, we're gonna yell at them from out here, actually, instead of going in.
Okay, great.
Great.
But yeah, as you enter, you see that within there are rows and rows of shelves that carry different bottles and ingredients that could be used for potion making or herbal remedies. Plants sit in pots on the floor or hang from the ceiling, making the space look like a lush garden amid leather books and glass potions. It's very bright and airy, very different from the kind of dark and dusty, if you will, mansion or villa that Lord Malraki has. You see, there's maybe like one other person in the shop that looks to be browsing, but you don't see anyone who looks like they got like ask me for help sign on. It's mostly just it looks to be one other customer in right now.
Is there a bell or anything on the counter?
Yeah, you can walk up to where it takes you a little bit to find like what the checkout counter might be, because every flat surface has just got like a potted plant on it of some kind, even the checkout counter. So like you have to like kind of lift up a little like what is this called, leaf plant leaf, branch, whatever. And you find a bell that you can ding. As you do so, probably about 30 seconds pass, and you hear, one moment, I'm coming. And you see a short, elderly water genasi with kind of light blue skin and long white hair that is contained in a thick braid that she draped over one shoulder. She's wearing lots of like loose blue and orange clothing, and you can see that she has one bronze prosthetic leg that clanks heavily as she walks on kind of the stone tile flooring of this shop. And as she sees you all, she goes, yes, hello, may I help you? You are looking for something specific? You rang the bell?
Someone.
Yes. What?
Someone.
Oh.
Jay.
Oh, yes, that is me.
Great. We hear about your posting on the volunteer board. No, we're
I do
not.
not believe
we're not.
I
No, we're not.
made.
No, we're not.
I
No,
do
we're
not
not. No, we're not.
believe that I have a job for
No, we're
you
not.
right
No, we're
now.
not. No, we're not. That was
We're here about a sponsorship. Your store is
Oh.
very lovely, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yes, a sponsorship. Yes. Would it be for? I am assuming your squad. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we're squad.
Do you have a name you call yourself?
Were we supposed to get a name?
Not
didn't-
yet.
I didn't remember that in the orientation.
We're working on a name.
Yes, names are very important. So, I think you should put effort in that direction. But yes, I am looking for a squad to sponsor. I have had a few come through, but none have brought me the official paperwork. So I guess I am still on the market, as they say.
Great. So I believe the information we had said that there would be offer of, was it lodging and discount potions?
Yes.
Yeah, lodging and discount potions. Is that correct?
Yes, I have a room, or I guess a apartment above this store that I am willing to use to sponsor. You may stay there. And as for the discount portions, we can work with the pricing, but it would be about half what normal portions would cost. However, I do need assistance, as you can tell. And she clanks her metal leg like against something, against like a little counter. I am not as spry as, well, it's been a long time since I've been spry, but collecting ingredients is getting more and more difficult. So that would be kind of the exchange for the sponsorship. You know how sponsoring works. I help you, you help me.
Right. Exactly
That-
how sponsorship works. Looks at Teddy like, I know this because you said it. Yes.
Because Teddy mansplained it.
We all know this now.
It
Common
pains
knowledge.
me. He asked how it worked. It wasn't mansplaining. Man to man.
Man
Not
to
a
man.
mansplain. Just kidding.
Well, I think we would definitely be. Oh, I don't want to speak for everyone else in my group, but I would love to help with finding potion ingredients. We're currently still weighing our options, but I think we're interested.
Mhm.
What sort of potions do you sell here?
Well, I sell healing potions, of course, and a potion of giant strength I believe I made a week or so ago, but I can really make any potion. Most of the time, the potions I make are custom orders for individuals, and I charge them the money and labor that it would take to collect the ingredients if they do not bring it themselves. It takes a good while to make some of the more difficult potions. So I also just have a lot of people who visit for regular medicinal needs.
That's so
Weed?
cool.
There's a weed plant in the corner, absolutely.
It's a medicinal, like,
That's the one you have to lift up to like ring the bell. Little weed plant.
nice.
I'm just like touching everything and sniffing plants
Yeah.
while she's talking. This is really, really cool. Have you been like a, I guess, do you call yourself an herbalist or a potioneer or like an alchemist?
Yes, I think I would say alchemist fits
Hmm.
best for me.
Have you always done this? Have you done it long? Do you like it? I mean,
Oh,
you must
for
like it. It's your
quite
business.
a while, yes. Nearly 40 years, I think. It was
Wow.
a late decision in my life to change to this career when I came to Old Haven.
What did you do before?
I was I was a scribe.
Oh. See, I think that's delightful. I think that would be a really fun job too. Although this looks fun too. I mean, both are great
The
jobs.
greenery is very, very nice. And you see, as you're all standing there, a little bit of like magic goes off above, and it like mists like a supermarket, and so just like all of the plants get a little mist, and you see that she kind of like does the like yes.
Marigold does
She's still
that too.
looking.
I was gonna say Marigold looks like very happily misted.
Yeah.
Aww.
She's like pats her cheek and she's like, that is how I have stayed so young looking.
That's amazing. She's super cool. I love her. Says really like audibly.
Oh.
She can't. She doesn't make a face like she hears you, so maybe her hearing's not that great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we may be back. Does anyone else have any more questions?
Don't think so.
Less so about the sponsorship. I wouldn't suppose you know of an individual in town named Garanush Salehi?
Oh, yes, I do. The gentleman druid. He's a good, maybe friend of mine. I often get some of the harder ingredients from him, as he has quite a collection of creatures.
That's wonderful. Would you mind if I jot down where I might find him?
Oh, yes. Let me find you the address. She goes in her OneNote and pulls up where exactly he lives.
While
yes.
she's out, Teddy's gonna. Oh, sorry. No, you've got it. Go for it.
Yes, he lives. His villa is known as Small Comfort. It's out in the Three Gardens area of Old Haven, a bit outside the city. I do believe he was on travel for a few weeks, but he may be back now or. And she gets like lost in thought about trying to figure out what day it is and when he said he was going to be back and if he actually told her. And so yeah, she's lost in thought at that after she gives the address.
Well, unless there are any other questions from my companions here, we may depart, leave you to the rest of your day. Thank you very much for your time.
Yes. Well, thank you for stopping by. Please take a look and see if there's anything. You know that you volunteers often need potions. You are probably my main source of potions of healing, so if you want any before you leave today, please let me know. I'll be around. And she clanks off. You see that the prosthetic leg looks a bit crude, like it's definitely not, looks almost more like a peg leg than like a very well built prosthetic leg. It is made of metal, but it doesn't seem to be like, an artificer made this perfect to fit so that way you can continue to like do combat or something. This is just someone who lost a leg somehow, or maybe wasn't born with one, and now has a prosthetic leg. So yeah, she heads off around to somewhere in the back of the store, leaving you all to discuss or look at potions.
I mean, I think I would like look at a potion and see if there's like a price tag on it, like
Yeah.
a healing potion.
A healing potion. So yeah, you look at a healing potion and you see that it is priced at 50 gold.
Woo! You just very carefully set it back down. Okay.
I mean, half off is quite the deal.
I just, you can also buy a lot of healing potions with 300 gold.
Yeah.
Or, we could, so as not to disappoint anyone, we could take the sponsorship for Malraki if it turns out that, he's not super sketchy. And then we could still help this really sweet lady who is super cool with her ingredients, and maybe she would, maybe we could just keep an eye out, for ingredients, like while we're out and about, and just kind of help her out with that without the sponsorship. And maybe she would do some sort of a trade, like we bring you some ingredients and maybe you knock off a little off the top of the price of these potions.
I think that
that's
that is a
exactly what
lovely
she-
idea.
Closing with the sponsorship.
Yeah, I guess so. This seems so nice.
I wouldn't live here.
I,
The only thing. And as much as I would love to help her out with everything, seems like she needs help. It also seems like there's some other people lined up who are interested. And
That's true.
Rocky doesn't really have anybody. So
If you put it like that, yeah. Do you think he's like lonely?
I'm sure.
Mansion, this big dusty mansion.
I think he's very lonely.
maybe, yeah. Maybe practice not using Dusty as a descriptor in case we end up being there often.
Right. Do you think he knows that it's dusty?
I'm sure he knows, but
Maybe he just likes it. He likes the dust. Well, I guess to each their own, Okay, well, we know where Marigold's leading. Lady of the Manor?
Marigold was trying to be in the house, not the guest house, in the house of Rocky. Although Meg's notes did put, when I was looking at Meg's notes, Meg
I
put
put it in
very
wrong.
Lockhart, and I was like, oh, are we
I
making
don't know what I
moves?
was looking at, but I was looking at something else and just typed that too. And I was like, I guess we're related now.
Little known fact. We just got some deep lore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
secret tiefling Teddy.
Mhm.
I knew it. I knew there was something.
The only human of a family of tieflings. The first tiefling. But yeah, you all are able to look around the store. You see that there's a few of those potions of healing, like quite a few potions of healing. It does look like she stocked up in preparation for the new class of volunteers to come through and get their shit wrecked. You see
That's
that there
really
is
funny.
that potion of giant strength. It does have like a sticker on it that says like on hold, so it appears like that was made for someone, but she's showcasing that she can make it. But yeah, otherwise there's also just like some plants that are like look medicinal for like tea. Xanthi, you see a lot of plants that you wouldn't expect to see because they're all the way out from like Serendi's Roost in areas near there. It seems she has a wide collection of items.
Marigold enjoys looking at all the plants too.
Nice.
Okay. Well, we've got options. What else did you guys want to do?
Remind me, is it Friday or what day is it?
It's
It's
Thursday.
technically Thursday,
Thursday.
and Jaden said that he could do dinner Saturday. You also know that you have school tomorrow
School.
and
School.
the test on Saturday. So if you all don't have anything else, we can also kind of move forward to the next item. So to speak, or
Marigold's
the
gonna
next-
advocate that they go have another beach day.
There you go.
Study
Use your
sesh
free
at the
day.
beach?
Study sesh at the beach. There you go.
I'll say when they go to the beach, Marigold like gets in the water and like disappears for like 2 hours.
Just underwater.
I hope she's studying.
And
Just kidding.
she comes back with like she has like this little like cottagecore picnic basket. She comes back and she sits down with the basket. She brought it with her in the water.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Is it underwater basket weaving?
Well,
Exactly.
yes, I did make this in an underwater basket weaving class I took as a child. So,
Wonderful craftsmanship.
oh, thank you. Yeah, it's so practical. She opens it; it's full of like fish
Oh,
and shellfish.
well, I guess we know what we're gonna eat. Unless those are pets. Are those pets? Or are
Oh
those
no,
food?
no, this is food.
Okay, just trying to be
Okay.
considerate. Okay.
Fish are friends and food.
Fish are
Yeah.
friends and food.
Could both be true.
It could both be true.
Well, great. Yeah, you all are able to have a little study session. You can make a little bonfire at the beach and kind of cook up some fish on the
Yes.
beach. It's
Or
not
like-
the nice, like, sandy beach. It's a little more rocky. If you've ever been to, like, European beaches, unless you go to very specific places in the Mediterranean, it's just rocks, little pebbles, with some dirt. So
Yeah.
not super nice, but if you put, like, you know, a blanket down or something, you're having a little beach party. So yeah, you're easily able to do that.
Marigold does eat the
Bonfire.
fish whole, like the entire thing.
Oh,
Bones and all.
Fins, scales, and all.
Nice.
The eyes too.
Slurp them up. Hell yeah.
Slay.
okay.
But yeah, you all get a little study session, and know that the next day you have a long day of classes. Does anyone do anything else before turning in for the night?
During the study session, can I ask somebody what the name of the first creatures we fought were? Because I have it written down,
Yes.
but I think it's wrong.
Rich, I think, right?
Dretch. I think I had Grack written down.
I'm like, what is
It's
Grack?
not
Looking at your
that.
notes sounds like interesting.
Okay, thank you. I don't wanna disappoint our lieutenant.
Yeah.
Dretch.
Yeah, you can use this time now if you all want to bounce notes back and forth real quick about anything for questions you had. The test will be open note,
I haven't
but not
taken any
open
notes.
source.
Great.
I
It's all
haven't
right.
taken notes for this campaign.
Dredge, creatures from the abyss merge, and there was what was it? Bloody water,
Green fog.
and then there's special things that happened. Well, the Dretch, they had the what was it? Claws and like bite attacks and spores,
Mm-hmm.
and then it was
The symbol was like the two male symbols, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
right. That is correct. Yes.
Yay.
And then it was special things on a crit on a 19, and then the failure
Psychic damage.
was some sort of psychic thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
2d6 psychic damage.
Okay.
A massive headache.
Mhm. Big boy headache.
Oh, lots of ash too as well when the planes merged.
Mm.
19.
Do we know where the crawling hands came from? Was that the abyss as well?
I don't know, but they were undead.
Mm.
It was like someone like chopped off a bunch of hands. And
Could I make some sort
It
of
came to life.
intelligence check
Ooh.
to see
Yeah,
if I
go
could
ahead and-
suss that out?
Give me that intelligence check.
Just straight up intelligence.
History, if that's good for you.
Yeah, that's better than my not
Yeah.
history.
It was said during the session, so
Ooh, could I also make a
14.
history check?
Can I try
Yeah.
that?
whoever wants to. The DC is quite low because this is more you trying to remember. I'm sure your characters would, but unless you get really bad.
Oh, I got a dirty 20.
Okay,
Ooh.
well, no, it's your hands. What you're never gonna
I know
fail
what
with
my
those.
I got a solid 10.
10,
14.
I
14,
rolled a
32.
15, but I have a. Is this history?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got a 19. That's
Yeah,
one of my
you're-
things that I
One of
can
your
get.
things. Yeah, you all remember Jerry said that this kind of became a problem after a Shadowfell merge.
Shadow,
So-
that's right.
Shadowfell
makes
and
sense.
Undead
Mm.
kind of makes sense together, yeah.
Maybe someone chopped off a lot of people's hands, and then when the Shadowfell merged, they just came to life.
Mm.
Unless there
I
are a bunch
should.
of hands roaming in the Shadowfell. Maybe that's where I could get one as a pet.
I guess maybe just wait for the next merge.
I guess.
You can maybe get another hand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I love that you're not giving up hope.
Oh, I never give up hope.
That's great. You know, more people should do that.
I think so too.
Mm. Even if it is about crawling hands, I still respect it.
Okay, yeah. Miracle's like, what's wrong with my crawling hands?
I mean, they
I
tried
never give up hope, says Miracle melancholically.
Maybe that's just how she sounds.
I know. I'm just
Don't
saying
bully
that.
her. Don't bully her.
No, definitely bully her.
She's just a girl.
Well,
It's just
just girl things, crawling hands.
Just girly things.
Yeah.
Literally.
You know what? She likes what she likes.
Mhm.
You know,
She
gotta
knows, yeah,
respect
she knows what she likes.
Miracle's a
All
hand
right.
Okay.
All right. So any other things as you doing your little study sesh? This first test I think should be easy. So famous last words, but all right. Well
Let's
then,
take it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well
test
then,
time.
as we move on, you all have go to bed, have the full day of classes again, the next day, and as you're heading to sleep on free day, so Friday night, getting ready for the test. That's at 10 a.m. on Saturday morning, and then you're free to do whatever until you meet up with Jaden later on. But as you all fall to sleep that Friday night, I'm kicking all of you except Teddy.
Ah!
Goodbye.
I'm scared. Bye.
What? Hello?
Okay.
Bye.
Goodbye.
What? Okay, sorry. I have to figure out how to do this again.
Just click on the other one. You got it.
I got rid of my other Discord thing. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry. I will figure this out. There we go. There it
Lucas,
is.
I think you can also just drag her over to the other one.
Yeah. I was looking at the kick button. But all right. So,
Hi.
hello, Teddy. So, you have had a eventful week. But let me get the correct music for this. Teddy, as you drift off to sleep and let the night take you, until deep in your dreams you awake. As your eyes refocus, you are staring at the faint purple glow of a night sky through the floor to ceiling glass at the end of this room. This room. Looking around, you are standing in the middle of a sterile space. Drab white walls and solid tile floors surround you. Your senses are assaulted with the smell of death, decay, sickness so thick you can taste it clotting the back of your throat and feel it sting your eyes. What you can only assume are Magitech devices are connected to dozens of individuals laid out on cots and gurneys. The devices beep steadily as white orbs float overhead, drenching the entire space in cold light. Before you can take in more of this alien view, a rapid beeping sets off from a monitor behind you. The body you're in turns hurriedly towards the noise. A young elven woman cries out and begs in a language you don't understand as her machine goes erratic. Her screams get louder as you approach. You can see one of her arms is morphing into a spiny, claw-like appendage. Reaching quickly into the satchel at your side, you bring together a mixture of dried leaves and fungus. Grasping the claws, the elf thrashes. Holding her hand, you notice now the tattoos on your own. 3 rings of deep green on your middle finger, followed by a vertical line down the knuckle to your wrist. Amid the patient's screams of pain, the body you are cohabiting focuses on healing, and you feel the pull of your own magic as well. Will you try and lend aid?
Yes, I will if it's healing.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Well, give me a medicine check at advantage.
At advantage as well.
Yes.
Okay. Natural 20 for a 24.
Holy shit, yeah. So, as you feel this pull, despite the weirdness of this situation, your body, your magic, responds, and you see the fiendish mutation begin to recede as the woman's breathing slows. Deep within you, an echo of anger and disdain rises to the surface. Planar corruption beyond what they, have ever seen. You pause as the elf lays motionless on the bed, no longer in pain, but still forever scarred. The tattooed hand, your hand, gently lays the elf's now shriveled arm down on the bed before turning towards another patient. This room is full of individuals suffering similar fates. Scorched skin and blisters, extra appendages or horribly deformed ones, spikes, claws, swirling torsos of air. The horrors are endless. You feel your attention drawn to the large glass window again. As you make your way towards it, a young water genasi, boiling from a relentless fever, reaches out for you desperately. Taking his hand, you hear and smell the sizzling of flesh as you touch. Holding the boy's hand, despite the pain, you turn as the purple sky flashes blue, then red, yellow, a multitude of colors more. Standing and looking beyond the glass, Teddy, your brain can hardly comprehend what you are seeing. You're probably a couple 100 feet in the air, looking out over a sprawling cityscape of metal and glass buildings, densely packed and glowing with arcane light. At the edge of your view, you see a spire reaching for the heavens. Across this city, enormous magical sigils are being cast into the night sky before shattering and melting away like firework ash. The magic splits, like a bandage too small for its wound, as the sky bleeds through. Jagged lines spider out from the tower all the way to where you are. Through some of these fissures, pillars of fire descend, yet in another section, an endless sheet of water crashes down onto the city. From the rift above you, you see green smog and hear acid rain hiss against the window. It's the end of the world. A blinding flash of an explosion near the center spire blankets the city in daylight. You see the force ripple through the night sky, vaporizing buildings as it spreads. With only a second left, you turn and grip the young boy's hand tighter, whispering, "It's okay, be steady," before shattering glass and darkness. Darkness you float in for what seems like eternity. That's how your night goes.
Can I, the voice that comes out of, like, the body that Teddy's in, is it, like, a masculine or a feminine or an androgynous kind of voice?
It's more on the masculine side.
Okay. Understood.
Yeah. Teddy, you have that dream. You probably wake up from it in the middle of the night. And then whether or not you are able to sleep or not is up to you, as the rest of your companions slumber soundly.
Hello.
Hi. Tate, I got a crit on a check. A medicine check. You can add to the
A
crit
medicine
counter.
check. Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
You're
I gotta
welcome.
keep
I was really
track of
determined to
those.
not forget.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, Tate's not here to log it.
Exciting.
Teddy, what are you? How are you proceeding in the early hours of Saturday morning?
Yay, Teddy's alive!
He's alive. He didn't die in his sleep.
Good!
I mean,
Stop
with
bleeding.
Lucas, you never know.
Yeah.
Survive the night.
Sometimes, you wake up and your throat's slit and you can't breathe.
Yeah.
So,
True story.
That's unfortunate. I
Yeah,
pray that doesn't happen in this party. I rolled pretty poorly on whether or not he is able to sleep very soundly. And so I think that probably on Saturday morning, he is awake when the rest of you all wake up. He's probably doodling in his journal. And as other people start to stir, he'll kind of perk up and say, "Good morning." He looks a little bit just kind of disheveled. But it seems he's already gotten ready for the day and already just kind of just at an early start.
I want to insight that.
Sure.
Same.
I don't think he's trying to hide anything. I
Yeah.
think he's just like,
Okay.
Does he look like? I want to see if like he looks just like sleepy or if he looks upset.
sure.
I
Okay,
rolled
yeah.
a 15.
Hold on, 13 plus. Is this insight or perception? I mean, it doesn't matter.
Insight.
Both are
Yeah.
the same.
And 11.
11 from Hayes.
Yeah.
19.
19. Wow. Okay.
It's a
Um,
perceptive
Hey,
party.
what?
Don't try to hide things from this
No,
group.
Perception
no
are the
secrets.
same, right?
No
Um,
secrets.
Yeah, I think that he, I think at like first glance it just kind of seems like he's a little tired. I think Xanthi and Marigold, you might notice like his brow is a little furrowed and a little like maybe distractible the first little bit of the morning before he seems to shake off whatever it is and be ready for the day.
You're up early. Did you sleep well?
Not super great. Weird dream, but it happens, right? Mostly I'm just glad that I didn't sleep through the morning and miss our exam, so better an early morning than a late one.
Well, if you ever need help sleeping, I can help with that.
Oh, with your magic, you can put
Oh,
people to
yes.
sleep, right?
Teddy's
if
like,
you-
she's gonna beat me over the head.
Yeah. Good night.
Yes, with her. Well, her arm. She's not skinny, but she doesn't have a lot of muscle. So,
Bonker.
yeah. I mean, it's not the first time I've helped people fall asleep.
I'll let you know if it becomes a recurring thing. I truly do think it was just a one-off. They occasionally happen. Not to worry.
It goes for all of you. If you have trouble sleeping at night, I'd be happy to help.
Oh, that's very nice. Thanks.
Maybe.
At least we studied, so even without, the best night's sleep, we'll probably all do super well on the test.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Don't worry, we would have woken you up. We wouldn't have let you sleep through.
I thank you very much. I very much appreciate that.
Hmm.
Shall we get ready to head over? I'm assuming they'll have breakfast down in the cafeteria, and we can go from there.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you all are able to kind of get your day started. Go and get some of the driest scrambled eggs that you've ever had in your life. Like a little bit of potato, a classic meal, and then head off to the exam. It's in one of the classrooms. As your cohort kind of has, each cohort has a classroom. You see that your lieutenant is there, Lydia, and she hands out the exam, which is, if you go into Roll20, it'll be on your handouts. You can just message me your answers, and we'll do this. It is open notes, but not open party. So
Hopefully, the fact that I literally have not taken a single note for this is not going to screw me over. First campaign in a while that I haven't done that.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Lucas, I did DM you another question at
Okay.
some point. I know you have your notifications off, so I just wanted to make that aware.
And out. Ah! Oh! Okay, test.
An exam. This reminds me, actually, every day in my history class, my junior year of high school, we had a 5-question reading quiz.
this is
Good.
your
I
reading quiz.
usually did pretty well on because I think I was the only one in the class that did the readings.
But now reverse, you haven't done any of the notes.
First.
Hey, I remember stuff and studied.
Yeah, just send me your answers, Give everyone testing.
Oh,
You
birds
see,
on a dick.
you see Lealia's like walking around with her hands behind her back, just up and down, making sure no one's cheating, no magic being used.
Oh, does Miracle get in trouble because she doesn't use like a pen or a pencil or something? She just uses the ink from her hair.
No, I think Lealia like stops, is like, and just keeps going. Just let that one go. Let that one happen.
Yeah.
You all have already made a name for yourself as
What is it? Tell us so we can tell like
it's
lady.
it's a group. Honestly, it's probably like it's honestly probably something a little negative from the rest of the volunteers, because you all are like nepo babies that also try hards.
Oh my god, you're
Wow,
right.
we
Oh
are
my
no
god, you're
babies.
right.
We're the plastics.
No.
But we're so nice.
Well, and that's the only reason that people aren't like more upset by it, but they're like, wow, like they did 2 jobs in one day. Like, didn't they celebrate for half a second when we signed? You all were like off to the
I
races.
don't know. None of our family was there.
That's
Except for
true. He just had to take a work call.
Oh man.
Erwin.
Yeah.
I was trying really hard to remember without looking at my notes.
All right.
Now I wait like with bated breath for the grade to come in.
I'm nervy.
Throwback to being in school. God.
Just got out a month ago, Lucas. Please, please, God.
Save me.
Xanthi is probably annoyingly unbothered. Like,
Right.
Right.
All right. So, as you all took the exam, the answer was, what positive thing happens when the abyss merges with the material plane? Positive. Crits on 19, so easier to land critical attacks. What language is most commonly used by those from the Feywild, or apparently anyone who's not Teddy? It is Sylvan. And do crawling claws, aka crawling hands, register as undead? The answer is yes. So that is 100 across the board for everyone. So you all get a savvy point, which you all keep track of your own. For those who have done the recap and also now the test, be noted that you can only have a number equal to your level. So if there's a chance to get another one, you just wouldn't, unless you want to use them. So reminder, they are a D6 on any roll that either you do or you can see. So you could either minus an enemy's roll or add to an ally's roll as well. So lots of options for those there. But very nice. You see that, Lealia, once all the testing is done, goes up to the front of the class. You have to pass your test back and then grade like the person in front of you. So we're really bringing it back, to school. And yeah, you see that for most of you, the crawling hands one, the person gets wrong. It's a 50-50 shot, and every single one of you who's graded it, they got it wrong, as no one else fought any crawling hands. So, but you all, hundreds across the board, only increasing your try hard status. Congratulations.
Is our party name the Try Guys?
The try hard guy.
Can I go up to Lealia at the end of the after the test is over to ask her a question?
Yeah. Sure, you go.
Do you know if anyone's ever domesticated a crawling claw?
I'm sorry, what?
Like domesticated, like a pet.
No, I know the word domesticated. It does not go with crawling claw.
So it hasn't been done yet.
I mean, I'm sure that someone has done it. Why did you? She looks very like, did you at your
Not yet. They kind of all died again.
Good.
Maybe I can bring them back to life again.
No, I think that we should not
Next time,
pursue.
Shadowfell merges.
Ah, yes. Okay.
Xanthi's just like,
The rest of you are just standing behind Marigold, just like,
no.
I've been
Osmond,
trying to
can
tell
you get your cohort classmate here and move on with this? And when you see when Lialia calls you Osmond, is looking for something very specific in how you respond. Is
Wait, what did you say?
Yeah, can you say that again? Sorry.
she said your
Yeah.
last name, and said, "Can you basically like, can you come over here and deal with Marigold?
Come
I
get
don't
your
want to talk.
kid."
Yeah, come get Marigold. I do not want to talk about this." But
Yeah.
it was saying your last name that she was like looking for something in about this situation when she said your last name.
I mean, it doesn't really strike his as like not normal because that is their last name, and she probably knows it. So yeah, responds normally how you would imagine. Follows
Yeah.
the order.
As you go to get or come up beside Marigold, you see that Lieutenant Lialia goes, Hayes, yes. Do you have any relation to Castor Osmond?
Yes, he's my brother. Do you know?
Yes, he was in my squad when we were
Oh,
volunteers.
oh, wow. Yeah, that's wow.
I did not expect to see you follow in his footsteps after everything, but
Yeah.
I'm glad that you chose to. It's a noble path.
Yeah, he wasn't very understanding of it either, and I don't blame him. But best thing.
Perhaps I should write him. It has been several years.
Yeah. He's in comfort now.
He did always like nature.
Can I insight check that?
Which part? Then he likes
The
nature.
part where Hayes says that he wasn't a fan of me joining either. I want to know
Yes.
what Hayes means by that.
Yes. You may.
Boy.
Okay. I got a 13.
Hayes, you're probably hiding some things
Yeah.
by that.
I
So if you
do.
want to roll probably a deception.
would love
I
to
think
do
that's pretty obviously a deception.
Yeah.
Or a persuasion. I guess it could fall either way, but depending on
Insane.
how you're swinging it.
Are you kidding me?
Oh no.
Oh god.
You want all the secrets to be revealed.
I didn't even roll around. It like flat landed on like a 3. Which
A
is
3.
Oh no.
No, it's an 8 total. Calm down.
It's an 8. Okay.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. What does
Doesn't beat 13 though.
Nope. What does Marigold get? You don't have to give everything, but just general
Yeah, I
vibes.
don't know
As a 13 is
vibes.
still kind of a bit low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure like what would be gotten. You know that's the something, the way that they're both kind of talking, you can tell that like something bad went down. Something that's like made Castor not understand why his sibling's gonna want to follow in his footsteps.
Yeah, I think that's probably
Quite sure,
most of
like,
it.
what to say.
Can I
Yeah,
just
I think that's a general vibe.
Everything.
hmm
If there's
like
anything else
observing
you might have picked up on.
the situation? Can I just roll to perceive if it looks like Hayes like wants out like of this conversation? Like looks like
Yeah,
you're not having a good time.
yeah. Give me that.
to
Give me
go.
that perception check.
Jeez. Oh well, that's good. That's a 17 on the die. And then
Does Hayes want out of this conversation, Morgan?
Not necessarily.
they're not like looking like
Not looking for aid.
No, not like a I want out situation, but not like a I'm enthusiastically participating as well either.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
They're
you
kinda
see
like,
that.
this is what's happening to me right now. This is interesting. Like our lieutenant knew
Mhm.
my brother and was on a squad, like us. But yeah, it's not a bad conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think Hayes is like looking for an out actively.
You see, Lieutenant Leala goes, well, if you'll excuse me, I have grades to log and class to teach later this afternoon. So enjoy the rest of your Saturday. She does like a quick flick through all the papers and is like, I would expect nothing less from you all. Seeing all four 100s on the papers. I was like, well, good day, Hayes, everyone. And yeah, you are now all free to bombard Morgan. You all are free to continue your Saturday plans until you meet up with Jaden. You did see Jaden in class or in the test area, and
Yeah, I was
he
gonna
had a sling on his arm.
Oh no!
I was gonna ask
Buddy.
earlier, like,
Well, I think
are all of his squad mates present? in
All of
class?
his squad mates are present.
Um,
Jaden did have a sling on his arm. So
Does
I
anyone
think Marigold will go over if anyone else wants to join.
yeah, of course.
squad mates look okay, or do they look injured too?
you see that the goblin has what looks to be like a crooked, broken nose, but otherwise, Russell and the monk look okay.
You get her name.
They don't get names.
They
Jaden.
have names, but hey,
Are you okay? What happened to your arm?
oh, yeah, we had a bit of a scuffle. The first kind of on signing day, we were trying to do one of the jobs, and it didn't go the best. But no, I'm feeling a lot better now. I think I don't even need this anymore. It's just the doctor was like, if you don't, you might, lose
Yeah, you
mobility in
should.
your arm.
Keep it on.
Oh
And
wow,
yeah, so I don't want
that's
that.
scary.
Yeah. I heard you all had a pretty adventurous first week. You all have been doing a lot.
Yeah.
Did you
Yes, I
get my
got
message? No
nabbed.
one messaged me back, so I want to make
Oh.
sure.
Oh no! Shoot. Oh, I'm so sorry.
I was gonna
Hayes
say,
is
I was
left
gonna
on
talk
red.
about, like, wow, no,
I'm
because
No, it's
unfortunately
totally
that guy.
fine. We've been so busy.
Well,
These
we would
12-hour
love to get
days.
fish on a stick tonight.
Okay, yeah.
I've scoped out a few of the best spots. Well, depending on which kind of fish you would like.
I'm so down for any of them. So yeah.
No, but like out of character, I was gonna like be like talking to the group about it and then replying. But like talking first before like automatically replying. That sounds good.
Nope. You left them on red.
Because
Right.
we were talking about other things and I forgot.
That's how it works.
Ugh.
Me and
He
Marigold
seems to
got
not care.
nabbed, so it was a whole.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing.
Nabbed. Like,
Yeah.
Yes, I got nabbed.
Like, it's a
okay.
thing where like you're clawed by an undead hand.
Oh, they have a
And
term for
Well,
it.
they dragged me under the water and and scratched at me, but it was fine. I'm gonna try to keep one as a pet next time. I just kind of killed all of them.
The group
Or
split
on
on that
accident.
decision.
Yeah, I could see that being divisive at best. You see that over in the corner, Russell and Baz and the monk are kind of talking, and one of them calls out for Jaden. It's like, Jaden, that's it's Russell. He's just like, Jaden. Jaden's like, oh, well, okay, I'm definitely available tonight for dinner. We have to go do some errands for our sponsor. Did you all get a sponsor yet?
Oh, not yet. We've been waiting for our conversation.
That's right, you want to talk to me. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've been so busy.
No worries. Oh, who have you
Who's
settled
your
on?
sponsor?
Oh, Law. He runs the tavern, the Tipsy Goat Tavern.
Oh, the character building.
Yeah, so it's been cool so far. Character building. He points to the sling on his his shoulder. It's like, yeah, so but
Well, I hope
anyway,
it gets easier, or at least not as harmful going forward.
oh, probably not, but you know, that's the volunteers, so but yeah, he's
we
like
don't wanna
walking
keep you.
back. He's like, I will see you all tonight. Upper Harbor or South Dock for fish on the
Upper
stick?
Look to Marigold.
Harbor, I
Upper
want to
Harbor,
have
okay.
the view again.
Great. Okay. So, yeah. See you there. All right. Bye, everyone. And you see
Plus,
that
at the
he heads
Upper
back.
Harbor, you can get snapper.
Did you just make up where it is, what you can get at each place? Beautiful. Snapper at Upper Harbor. It's now canon. All right.
These are the
But yeah.
important things. Location of fish in each.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So Tay can just make it canon that you can get Snapper at the Upper Harbor, but I can't make it canon that one of his squad mates died. And that's what the issue was with them?
Yes.
Wow.
Well, you saw it for yourself. They're all alive.
Well, I don't get a pet hand, so
No,
you
we
know
have to.
We're
we
all
have to-
these are the trade-offs.
We're all suffering.
And
yeah.
we know one of them wasn't revivified, huh?
True.
What
You know?
if the pet hand that I do eventually get is the hand of the dead party member?
Who is dead? They're all alive.
They all have their
You
hands.
see them.
I
They all have their
know.
hands.
Oh.
Even Jaden. His arm's just in a sling.
Ominous. Marigold, but for now, they are.
But yeah,
Now they have
do you
their
have
hands.
wow.
We know
do
where
you-
they sleep.
No, you well, I guess you kinda do now.
Yes, we
Yeah,
do.
we do.
And
I'll
Um,
nab them.
Great. That should just be your group name.
The Nabbers.
Nabber?
Nerdy Nabbers.
But yeah, is there anything else you all will want to do before this evening when you head up to the Upper Harbor to get to food?
If there's time, Teddy might want to try and track down Small Comfort. Little Comfort? What was it called?
Small comfort.
Small Comfort. If anyone would like to go with him, but also I don't want to be like, I'm gonna do all my stuff. You know, if there's like other
No.
things that need to happen, I'm happy to just either off. We can async that or do it another time. So
Sandy is happy
Marigold
to
doesn't
tag
have
along with
anything she's
whoever
up to.
has like
Yeah.
a place to go. Like someone says they're going somewhere, and she's like, "Sure." Be
Yeah,
happy
Marigold
enough
will
to
want to
tag
go.
along.
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. We'll say that you are able to kind of make your way through the city. Let me pull up a map because you'll probably have to go through Center Market. But I don't know where I put anything ever. Yeah. So yeah, it's a bit of a walk. It probably takes you about an hour or hour and a half to get out to where the Three Gardens is. And you kind of head out there and ask around. Go ahead and give me. Let's see. I think it would be like not perception, investigation. You're trying to ask around where this is, asking people. It's not just like on a map, unfortunately. So
With savvy points, do I need to declare that I'm like adding one ahead
you
of
can use
time,
it
or can I
after.
roll and then? Okay, cool. I'm gonna do that.
All right.
Oopsies. That is gonna be a 13.
13. Okay. Yeah, so you're able to get out to Three Gardens pretty easily. You all wind your way through the many different streets of Center Market. Only like a smaller portion of Center Market is the very like marketplace kind of shops and vibes. There are shops all throughout, but a lot of it is just like homes, a little tiny parks, just your general city vibe. As you get out closer, you realize that you're going to have to pass through the walls of Old Haven, these giant white walls that have thin spikes of obsidian running through them. There's a pretty hefty gate that you're not sure if they're always open or if they close at a certain point. You've always kind of been through during business hours, but the gates are open. And this is one of the few times going through Center Market you've seen actual guards that are not related to kind of the volunteers, as they are more emergency services. And you see when you notice that they're all kind of wearing slightly different colors, it looks like the guards are either private guards for certain areas. There's no like main city guard, which is different than some other cities. Old Haven is very divided in that way. But you make it out, and as you come out the gate, this is also the main gate that a lot of you came through, as it's one of the kind of bigger gates that leads towards the roads. But you see that outside the walls of Old Haven, there's kind of this quaint group of farmsteads. This is the area of Three Gardens. There's none of like the huge like planar effect limiting technology domes that Comfort has, but there are a lot of little Magitech kind of stakes in the ground that keep the crops here from being protected from planar merges. Three Gardens takes a lot of its style influence from Comfort, which means a lot of like Japanese countryside or Japanese villa type influence, if we're going to give it an IRL influence. But you see a lot of these little tiny shacks, and it takes you a little while. But Teddy, you do eventually find that there is quite a large villa that says, kind of on the sign to the side of it, small comfort.
Does it seem like a business, or is it like a personal private residence, or what's kind of the vibe of the
It's
building?
definitely a large villa, but it looks more like a personal residence, but it has just been given a name.
Sure.
And you can see it looks like a very Japanese style, like courtyard giant villa. So like there's going to be a center point that is pretty large. But from what you can tell, the kind of outside is closed. There's no like guards around or anything, but just a villa, quite large and pretty. It was pretty easy to find once you realize what you're looking for. You're like, oh yes, the giant villa, the giant villa,
big one.
based on the big one. Yes, yeah, you were able to be directed there. So yeah, you know where.
Does he have the ring camera thing, the little doorbell, like Malraki's house?
He does not.
Okay. Then I suppose we'll just go and knock on the door.
Yeah, you knock. Hear no answer. and it's oddly quiet. Not eerily quiet, just quiet for what you've been told probably should be there. A bunch of creatures, so you're not sure if there's some magic spells or whatnot to not disturb the neighbors. But
He may still be out traveling, is my theory.
traveling.
If I were to like walk around kind of like the side of the building, do I see anything? Any movement? Any creatures?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Perception check. 19.
19. You look and you see what maybe is kind of a few birds that are in this, like, now that you step around, you can see there's like a glass, I won't call it like greenhouse, but a glass enclosure that is part of the inner courtyard. And you can see there are like a few birds. With a 19, you're not entirely sure if they're regular birds or fancy birds, but there seems to be like animals here. It doesn't seem like it's abandoned or anything.
Sure.
It just does appear like he is not home.
I'll kind of
But you
turn to
have
the rest
found
of the
his
group.
location.
I hate for us to have walked all the way out here to not get anything out of this. I'm sorry.
Hmm. It's okay. I mean, we got to explore and see a new place. So.
Yeah.
Is there like the equivalent of a phone number that our tablet has, or is it only like the fist bump sync up thing?
Only fist bump sync up.
Oh, I was gonna leave
You're
our
gonna have to-
number.
You could leave a note. There's just an old school note.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
You know,
Cool. Oh, go for it.
I just have some paper on me if you need any to leave a note with.
Oh, I was just gonna rip a page out of my notebook, but thank you.
Of course.
Whoosh.
I'm like
say?
waiting for was that like a I was going to and still am, or
Oh.
okay.
He doesn't want to like take your stuff.
Oh, okay.
His brother's a wizard, I think, so he knows that paper can get expensive.
Do you need any ink?
I also have that as well.
Sure. He also probably has stuff for his journal.
Everyone's so eager to help
You guys are
Teddy
all
out.
so nice. He'll write. He'll write. I hear you're out of town. My name is Teddy Lockhart. I've been sent by Zilira. When you return, I would love to chat. I don't know where we'll be we probably won't be at the schoolhouse anymore.
I mean, you do go to the schoolhouse multiple
Get there.
times a week.
Sure. When you return, if you can send a flyer onto the job board, so that way I know you're back in town. You know, just kind of like the general idea.
Yeah,
of,
yeah,
like, you know, send up a flyer when you're back.
Let's meet
I'd
up.
love to chat.
Yeah, for sure. Teddy somehow gets hee on on the paper.
Kiss hug. No.
Yeah. So much fun.
And he'll sign it. And then I don't know if he's got like a little mail slot or anything.
Yeah,
If he does, he'll just.
he gets
Slip
lots
it
of
in.
mail, you know. Important man.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely.
Well, that's all that we can do for today. Well, thank you very much again for coming out with me. I'm glad we're at least getting our steps in.
Yeah.
Yes. How are we counting our steps?
Magic Tech Fitbit.
I figure it's more
is there
of
like a health
feeling.
app on the tablet?
Yeah.
It only tracks like yours though. since
Hayes
Yeah.
is Hayes is tracking the steps for the group.
Yeah.
It's
I've
good
done this
that it's
before.
you
When I
'cause
don't
you're-
have
you're
like
making more
pockets for my
steps.
phone, I'll like give
So
it to
short.
someone who does, and then it's like they're
Yeah.
tracking my steps.
Yep.
I'd much rather have it be Marigold or Hayes because you guys have to take more steps because
Mhm,
shorter
mhm.
legs,
Little
you know,
tiny
it makes
steps.
all of us look more impressive.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
you guys are about, is just trying to look impressive.
Yeah, we
We
just
are
want to
doing
look
a great
good.
job. We weren't even trying.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
We don't even have to try.
Not
Just
even
get the
trying.
accelerated heart rate because I'm also carrying this heavy armor.
But yeah. Well, you've managed to find step 1, where
Yeah.
your druid friend is going to be.
Mhm.
Or maybe druid friend.
Gentleman druid.
A gentleman.
That excites me so. That's Meg talking, not Teddy.
Cool. But yeah, you all are able to start to head back towards the Old Haven, into Old Haven proper. And as you're heading back, who would like to roll a D100 for me?
I did it last time, so I will
Someone
leave
else.
it to everyone else. I would like to say though that whenever y'all see Marigold walk through like different parts of Central Market, she gets a like bittersweet kind of expression on her face.
Oh,
And this you've probably seen this a few other times as well, like at the beach.
hmm. Okay.
Come on, insight her.
Sure.
About that.
All right, you insight. Xanthi or Teddy, one of you two can roll the
Oh no!
weather.
Go for it, Sarah.
Oh.
You're inciting. You're too busy to see the weather. You're looking at Marigold.
Insight the weather. I didn't know it was one or the other.
It is. I'm letting everyone have rollies.
Oh, I got a dirty 20.
A 30, 20, that's pretty good. A 13 on a D100.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Is that bad? Can we change our
As-
answer? Is it bad?
well, we'll let. What did you get on the insight?
30 20.
30,
Finally.
20. So, Marigold, what does Hayes glean from this dirty 20?
I think
Or did you already say?
that you can tell that there is this bittersweetness is coming from a place of familiarity.
All right. Well, as you all nearly make it back to the city, you sense and feel it before your tablet alerts you. You see now, the first time from the outside, the sparks of arcane energy shoot along all of the obsidian spikes that stand outside of Old Haven along the wall. And you see that they kind of all come together near the center and then shoot down into the ground. This kind of arcane energy. And within about 3 seconds of that, you feel this chill kind of hang in the air. The sun starts to kind of not dim, but feel dim, the heat from it, as kind of clouds come in and the air drops drastically in temperature, nearly like 20 degrees within the span of a few seconds. Everything kind of feels colorless and dark, as on your phone the alert goes off, and it is a Shadowfell merge.
Hands.
The hands are coming.
Yes! I get more of them!
But yeah, you all feel this this effect as you head back into Old Haven.
Okay, so we're able to get back through the energy
Yep,
spikes.
the energy
Okay, I was worried
spikes,
about
like,
that.
down. It just locks you out. It's like, well, deal with it
No.
yourself. No, it seems like it's some arcane energy that then dissipates into the ground.
Understood.
That's what you could really see. But you're able to get back through the gates. However, as you do pass through the gates, you see that the guards that were there kind of move one of the gates to close and have the other one at the ready to close in case something comes through the merge that is big and you want to keep out. But as of right now, they're not locking any citizens out, as there doesn't seem to be any rampaging going on. But yeah, you all, are you doing anything during this as you make your way, other than probably hurrying back inside the gates as this merge happens? You look around, scarred by your first abyssal merge, but it doesn't seem like creatures are, in this case, jumping out to attack. At least here. They might be in some other part of the city, but not in this one.
I
mean,
think
I just want to observe what we were in the sewers, or we weren't. I guess we weren't aware of the last one. Like, what does the sky look like? Like, is there anything like creepy goings on?
Yeah. Other than that extreme temperature drop, you see like clouds roll in quickly, and there's kind of like a lack of color. Like everything almost becomes muted in color, and there's a heaviness that does remind Teddy, as I believe you took the abyssal damage. It in some ways reminds you of kind of that like hopelessness. It's a bit more aggressive with the Shadowfell. It's like you were having a bad day, and you're just like, whatever. Like, nothing even matters. Kind of nihilistic vibes that you weren't having like literally 10 minutes ago when you're like, I just found, the place that I need to go. Like, everything's great. And then the mood definitely is shifted as this merge happens. You see a lot of people as you're kind of walking through Old Haven, boarding up, like closing doors, a few shops closing, as people are anticipating that there may be something going on.
When the Shadowfell merge like first happened, Marigold like looked like scared for a second. And then I think after that, like her pupils kind of dilate a bit, and she has the same kind of somber expression that I guess is kind of hanging over everyone.
Yeah.
Shall we head back to the schoolhouse then?
Yeah. I think we should probably book it.
Yeah, that sounds best.
Yeah. You all are kind of making your way through the city. At each crossroad, kind of a little anxious that something might happen, might jump out. You all you've grown up in the kind of this area with merges happening. You do know that, like, yes, anything can happen. Doesn't mean something always happens, but every time it's not great. Every time it's a little heart racing. However, you are the most prepared you probably have ever been in your life, due to your training now. You got first aid training and team combat tactics, but still holds. I'd say for a good portion of the afternoon, as you're back in the schoolhouse, it's like maybe 40 degrees. It's pretty cold. It dropped really drastically, and it is no longer pleasant. It's not a pleasant spring day out. As you all kind of hang around on cots, you see that one of the other cohorts is kind of hanging out near you all, in that they've kind of combined all of the groups that are still left without sponsors, the sponsorless, that haven't decided to make up their mind about just staying at the schoolhouse. And y'all kind of have a somber little pity party until about like probably closer to like 4:30 or so, in the day, you see that the kind of warning that was on the tablet, so it gives you an alert like with sound when it first goes, and then it just has the visual for the entire time that there is a merge. You see that it dissipates somewhere around 4:30, and at least from your point of view, wherever you had been, there weren't any major issues. You'll see what appears on the job board though, maybe in the next few days, as things happen. Maybe more hands, maybe something else, as that merge happens. But with that, we can take a quick break. Well, then we'll go ahead and get started, and
I'll just pop in and
Marigold
out.
can wander off as she's gaining fish sticks.
Yeah, she'll get fish sticks for everyone.
So yeah, you all, the merge ends, and you all feel kind of the solemn somberness lift. Everyone gets roused from their sad boy times, as the temperature goes back up. Not as much. It's not as nice as it was earlier. It's a little brisk for this evening. But yeah, you didn't actually set a time to meet up with Jaden, but you do have a way to do that.
Yes.
Keeper of the tablet.
So we need to
Do your
text
duty.
him about it. Yeah. Gonna text Jaden. Ask him when we're gonna meet up. When and
Mom,
where.
can we have a play date?
Yeah.
Play date with the
Mom
other
says that
volunteers.
it's okay if we can hang out if your mom says so.
You see that Jaden responds, look at that, pretty quickly. And he says, he says, 7 ? Near the overlook.
Sounds good. Thumbs up emoji. Are there emojis on this?
Mm-mm.
Mm.
The developers haven't patched that yet.
Ugh, come on, get
Only
on
thumbs
it.
up
I
one
put in emojis in my last message to Jaden.
You just put the word emoji and then what it was.
I said blue heart emoji, and then I sent.
word.
I don't know,
So
I
we're like,
sent
what's
2
an
other
emoji?
emojis.
He's like, what is this?
He's just like, yeah, totally. That's totally cool. I'll
If
roll
only
with
we
it.
had a selfie feature, we could send a selfie with thumbs up.
Mm.
No.
No selfie features, no emojis. This is the OG pager right here.
Where's the tablet X?
A way to annoy your D&D group when you give them a phone is just be like, it's actually a pager.
You have a Firefly, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do they have Fantasy MySpace yet, or is that coming out next year?
Yeah, that might be next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about like Livewire
No games.
or like
Not
what's the
even
website?
Snake. Nothing.
Not even Snake.
Oh,
No.
no.
MP3 converter?
It's just a BlackBerry. It's for work only.
Blackberries at least had Snake.
But yeah, you all send that message, and you can spend whatever time you need to getting ready before heading into Upper Harbor, which it's great. It's a quick little walk there. Only takes about 15 minutes to get to the Overlook, and you see that Jaden's already there. It seems he is a prompt and on time kind of guy. So he's just kind of leaning with his back against sitting on the overlook wall, just kind of waiting. It was exactly where you all had met the first time, or gone to the first time. And he kind of raises his non-messed up arm in greeting as he sees you all kind of walk over. It's like, hey, it's been a day already, so how's it going? What are you all fucking saying in this chat that I don't know what's going on?
Open it up and look at this picture.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm the big one.
Awesome.
But yeah, let's
It's
derail.
so haunted.
Sorry, did he? I completely forgot everything that you just said because
He
I know, the chat derailed.
Sorry.
This is why there's no social media on the tablet. Just derails everything.
I mean, it
Yeah,
was
he basically
worth it.
said, "Hey, what's up? It's been a
Yeah.
crazy afternoon."
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And he raised his good hand in high
Oh,
because
yeah,
he's
yeah.
still got the sling on his right arm.
Yeah, we've just been busy talking to potential sponsors, doing missions, studying for the test, all the
Oh
things.
yeah, how'd you all do on that test? That crawling hands question, like, was that written for you all? That's crazy. Like,
Right.
I mean, that was
Did-
pretty convenient, but
yeah, I didn't even know about them until after that question. So,
Man,
but
maybe
it
we
was
can,
50-50, so I got it right. But I mean,
oh,
nice.
good.
Hey, nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fair assumption that crawling hands are undead. But
Yeah, now that you say that, that does make sense. I just did kind of like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and
Mhm.
it was just lucky. So
yeah,
Yeah.
it can be pretty.
tablet goes off. There's a Planar merge.
I'm gonna go get us some fish on sticks. I'll be right
Oh.
back. I know the best spot.
Okay, do you want me? I can pay for it. I
Oh,
here.
sure.
And he
thank
hands
you.
like 5 silver.
Okay, I'll be
I don't know how
back
much
with the
fish on a
fish.
stick is. Neither does he apparently. All right.
But we're the Nepo babies.
Right.
Not the
I know. Why didn't he get added to
basically
your
prince
squad?
of this world.
They missed one. He was supposed to be over here.
Yeah. How'd that happen?
So this, I mean, Marigold seems to have found a good spot, but you were raised in the area. What other places do we need to check out when we have free time?
Oh yeah. I guess like food-wise, or is there something else you're looking for?
Just in general, I mean, I'm always looking for new food and everything, but I don't know if there are any shops that are interesting here that we may not have seen already. I'd be very curious to see what Old Haven has to offer.
Actually, have you been to Now and Later? It's right on the other side of Sylvia's Crossing. It's like in the guard tower, like in the wall. It's really like this kind of funky little place. They have like some trinkets and snacks. Sometimes they have like magical items. It's run by
We
this
saw it in
teenager
passing,
and
but
his
go in.
grandma. Yeah, that place is really cool. They also always have like a monthly special for a sandwich that's pretty cheap and always really good. So it's really close to Schoolhouse. I often kind of like have been going there after or in between, when we have time for lunch, so I don't have to eat at the schoolhouse as
That's great,
much as
yeah.
possible. Yeah. So definitely, I'd say check out that. That's for food. Damn. When someone asks you like, where should you go, and you're like, I don't everywhere. I've been here my whole life. It's all great. So, yeah. I mean, definitely that's like
Back
probably
with
the
the
thing.
fish.
Oh, hey.
Hi. Here you go. She passes
Awesome.
the fish
Yeah.
out to everyone.
Snapper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Two-headed snapper for everyone. A common delicacy in the free cities.
Yeah.
But,
Xanthe eats hers so fast.
you see that Jane's like, whoa, that's impressive. As he's like slowly taking bites of his, and you're just like, where did Meg go?
This is just Sarah projecting onto her character
Yeah.
again.
I'll be right back. I'm still here, still listening.
That is absolutely a Sarah in real life trait.
You look away and she's already gone. Already done with the food.
What happened to your food? I'm like, I'm done.
I ate it.
Morgan's 2 bites in. She has to endure me like awkwardly just like staring at her, watching her eat the rest of it.
Yeah, you see that as you come back, Marigold, you see that Jaden's like, oh, Marigold, I was just telling the rest of the group that you all should check out Now and Later because they were asking about uh, like other places to go to. Apparently, you all have walked past it. It's in the kind of guardhouse and tower on the other side of Sylvia's Crossing. So they have some fun like magic items and trinket things. And oh, and a monthly sandwich that's always cheap. So
Oh,
yeah,
wow. Yeah, that sounds great.
so but yeah, I can't think of other places that you all might need to check out. But you have at least a year, so
Right.
um,
Well, that's helpful. I'm sure we'll, discover new places too, and there's probably like lots of really great places.
oh, I'm sure. Like yeah, I probably haven't seen half the places. I kind of just stick to places that I'm pretty familiar with. So sometimes I forget to branch out and be more adventurous. Hence, and he like points to the overlook that is the last place you all had met up. He's like, well, it does look like they've kind of cleaned up since the
Yeah.
incident, so that's good. Um,
I mean, it
but
has
yeah,
been a week, so I would hope.
yeah, there wasn't a lot of damage, which was good for business, probably. You see, as he's like eating his fish on a stick, he's like, "So, um, did you want to talk about Lord Malraki still, or did you decide on a different um,
Well, I think we're
sponsor?"
still contemplating, so yeah, definitely still curious.
Okay, yeah. What is it that you kind of wanted to know?
Yeah. It seemed he has kind of maybe a not so stellar reputation. Is that true?
Who who did you hear that from?
There was
He
this
seems
old
curious.
man.
Who did we hear?
That's what I've been saying.
Wasn't it like, oh, there was
There was an old man.
an old tiefling man on the street with a really cute but really old blink dog?
Mm, in Ivy Walk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. So the Malraki family is kind of newer nobility, which is not really a thing in Old Haven to get newer nobility. It's kind of more hereditary. And I know like other cities they give nobility for like achievements or business acumen, but not so much in Old Haven. And kind of the standing nobility always feels pretty negative about newcomers because they are usually actually um, pretty powerful, whereas like kind of a lot of the older nobility is just nobility in name and not really money anymore. They kind of ran out of money a long time ago. Um, and from what I know about the Malraki family, they are really wealthy. So yeah, I have a feeling that was a bit of jealousy. Just there's kind of some bad blood there with newer, or I guess older
Okay.
nobility.
Is that the only thing? Because when we talked to him, he said he wasn't expecting to get many sponsors. I mean, many groups who wanted his sponsorship.
Um, well, I mean, so there's been quite a lot of death in his family over the past few years. They were already a pretty small family to begin with, so a lot of, I guess not a lot, but a couple of the older nobility started this like rumor that they're cursed at worst or unlucky at best. So, um,
Is it
a
just
lot of people
him now?
tend to steer clear. Yeah, so I think his mother, Lady Petra Malraki, died maybe 7 months ago. It's been pretty recent. Some I'm not too sure exactly what happened, but I think it was I'm unexpectedly on a business trip to Tratus, but that's about all I really know there. And that's honestly more than I would usually know. It's just my father took an interest for some reason. There was a lot of people over the house around that time. Um, so as much as I tried not to listen, I heard a lot. But
Mm. Mm.
Is there anything that would prevent us from wanting to work with him, excluding this bad luck that seems to follow him around?
sorry, can you repeat the first part? You kind of glitched out a little bit.
Oh, sorry. I think what it is. Let me. Okay. As far as other things, I mean, there's this bad luck that you mentioned, but would there be anything else that would make him an unsavory character to align ourselves with?
I mean, if you intend to interact with a lot of the older nobility in Old Haven, being sponsored by new nobility would kind of be you choosing a side, but I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing. It's just a thing. Um, so, but no, I don't think there's anything that I can really recall that's like suspicious about at least Zarius. Not entirely sure how his family made money or what they did, but um, Zarius hasn't really done honestly much of anything since becoming uh, Lord Malraki. He's kind of just stayed in his villa and haven't honestly heard anything. Kind of forgot about him, if I'm going to be honest. But
Okay. Well, hey, that
Intriguing.
doesn't sound bad. Just maybe, some maybe lightly unkind people just kind of spreading rumors. So
I think that we should accept the sponsorship.
I mean, it was pretty nice place to stay. I'm sure he wouldn't mind us, kind of making that space our own.
And we
We
could
did
fix up the
over.
rest of the garden.
Yeah, that's. Maybe we should go talk to him.
We should go today. We should bring fish on a stick.
That's
You
a
know
good
what?
idea.
That's
Jin, would you
a really nice
like to
gesture.
come? Have other things.
you see that he kind of rubs his shoulder. He's like, honestly, I'm still not feeling 100% from everything that went down.
Can I
Last
ask
week.
about that, or is that a sensitive subject? I'm deeply curious about what character building means.
Oh, well, I don't know if this was related to the character building. This was related to my team not getting along the best.
Oh,
Yeah, what is going on with that?
So there was some kind of like these laughing devils that it just wouldn't stop laughing. They're really annoying, actually. They would make you laugh even when you didn't want to laugh. But that's they were kind of causing trouble around the Tipsy Goat Tavern when we went to secure sponsorship. And in the fight, Boz, who's the goblin, he's a sorcerer, and he had us. His magic went awry, and it turned Katsuli the monk into a sentient potted plant. And then when she wasn't a potted plant, she punched him in the face in the middle of combat. And then I tried to step in, and then I got bit, not by either one of them, but by the devils we were fighting. And then they just started fighting each other and not the devils. And it was a whole mess. It took a lot of beers and talking it over before they agreed to make peace. So it was a wild first day.
Mm.
But I think we're good now. Hopefully. But
I hope so too. That sounds like a wild first day, as you
yeah,
mentioned.
yeah.
Mm.
I heard you all had a crazy first date too, though, with hands and
Mhm.
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Rather unpleasant. Except for Marigold, who loves them, but
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, sure, yeah.
Right.
And he just kind of like looks from Marigold to the rest of you and being like, how do I diplomatically agree with everyone at this point? Um, but yeah, well, no, but Law is actually, he's pretty cool. The owner of the tavern. You get free beer on Fridays. So on another week when I'm feeling better, so maybe next week you all could come and you can get beer and just hang out and it could be good.
Totally. That'd be so much
it
fun.
sounds like a great time.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. He finishes eating his fish on a stick.
You're still eating that?
Xanthi's
Like-
been eyeing it, hoping that he wouldn't finish.
He's like, sorry, yeah, I've been just talking, so
Fair.
and he like goes to finish the
You don't
food
have to
faster.
rush. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, no, I'm glad we got some better weather than the last time we were here. I was worried that this afternoon that it was gonna be all gloomy and sad
Mm.
and cold.
Yeah.
It's already cold, kind of breezy up here, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. That, that didn't seem like it lasted that long, so that was good.
yeah, definitely. And well, who knows what crossed over. I'm sure we'll see on the job boards come probably tomorrow. The jobs will start in, but yeah. Well, it is kind of late. Are you all gonna go tonight to Lord Malraki's or just wait till the morning?
I think if we can squeeze it in, that might be nice. And then tomorrow we can officially move in and everything. I know Marigold's got a large radio we'll need to lug over, as well as a couple of other.
Is it you that have the radio that people have been saying like that's in the? Whoa. Okay. Nice.
Well, yes. I have to listen to my program.
What have they been saying?
Oh, nothing.
Oh.
Can I insight?
Yeah.
Press F to doubt. Or whatever.
That is a 12.
12.
Yeah.
It's not the best liar. He's not really a liar. Let's see. Where's my d20? Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Okay, apparently he's a bad liar.
Hey!
There's people have definitely been saying things. You don't know if it's good or bad, but people have definitely been saying things.
I think Marigold looks a little bit deflated.
As he sees that you look a little bit deflated, he's like, no, like Old Haven people love to talk. It's like their pastime. So it's just I didn't know who had the radio, but now I do, and if I ever want to listen to something, I know who to come to.
Yeah, no, of course. You can use my radio whenever you like, as long as it's not on Tuesday evening.
It's like Typhoon Takedown?
Yeah. Wait, do you listen?
Yeah.
Oh my
I haven't
gosh.
listened in a while, but
You should come
um,
over and listen. I listen every Tuesday.
okay, yeah, definitely.
Oh,
Uh,
awesome.
he like starts to go, but like, what was the last one you caught? And you two like gossip really quick about Typhoon Takedown and the most recent one. And he's like, oh my god, yes.
Oh my
Um,
god.
he's like, oh well, it's getting late. I don't want to hold you up. You do have a little bit of a walk to Ivy Walk. So, and I have a bit of a walk back to Center Market now that I think about it. So,
Yeah.
Well, safe travels, Jaden. Thank you again for dinner and for
yeah,
chatting with us about our prospects and everything.
absolutely. I hope it goes well, and I'll see you all at the Tipsy Goat Tavern. Free day,
Yes.
free
We'll
day.
see you there.
Free day.
All right, awesome.
Absolutely.
All right, and Jaden heads off into the rest of Upper Harbor and back towards Center Market. And I'd say around this time it's probably like 8:30. So you all are able to head straight to Ivy Walk if you would like.
Yeah. On the way there, Marigold like says to the rest of the group, when I've lost control of my magic, I've never turned anyone into a plant.
Oh, that's very reassuring.
Oh. You know what? That
Even
stuff
if you did.
happens. Don't even worry about it.
Precisely.
Okay.
Do you lose control of your magic, though?
I think Marigold like kind of looks away when Teddy says that, kind of like he's hit a little bit of a sore spot. Not too often anymore.
I think
You know
kind of sensing some of that discomfort, he might like launch into some story about how when he was first learning his magic and like let me look at my druid spells here. I think maybe like when he cast he cast something and it turned into this whole disaster. He's trying to like divert away from that, so he doesn't have to like dwell on it and linger and be like, "Oh, me this one time what a buffoon," just trying to like lighten the mood a little bit as they
Right.
walk.
Some magic types are like that anyway. Yeah. My dad sometimes does weird stuff. So I think that's
What does your dad do?
he has magic just I guess always had it. But sometimes just things don't go exactly right. Like I mean not so much now, but he said that it, sometimes would cause weird things to happen that he didn't intend to happen. So, I think that can just happen sometimes, and I don't think it's a big deal. So
She kind
I
of
wouldn't worry
nods
about it.
her head, but doesn't really say anything.
So
This
guest
long
house we're
walk.
gonna have. Great, right?
Yeah. You all make your way back down past the schoolhouse. You cross the bridge, Sylvia's Crossing. There's a few like gas lanterns on the bridge and a few magic glowing orbs, both of them to light the way. You see that sparking Magitech sign that says "Now and Later" under the bridge and like gate, whatever we're calling it, gatehouse, and does still seem to be open. But you continue on unless anyone dares stop. You got places to be, and it's apparently open at 8:30 at night, so maybe it'll be open on your way back.
Sweet.
It
Closes
is
at night.
open. It is now and later.
Nice.
Be named.
Yeah. And you're able to make your way to the Malraki Villa, which is not too much further up Ivy Walk. It's right near the canal, and as you approach, you see the kind of again the gate with the Magitech device to allow you entry, and beyond that, the kind of 2-story dusty. If we're saying dusty, run down, slightly sun bleached. That's the word. House of the Malraki estate. When you go to buzz in, pretty much the same as every time, because this also happened, Marigold, when you came. Zarius never says anything and just buzzes people in. Doesn't feel a need to apparently speak over the little speaker, or maybe there isn't one. You're actually not sure. But yeah, you get up to the house and you find that the door, when you knock, Zarius is also already there. A very common thing, because that's exactly what happened last time when you came, Marigold, and when you all were here before. He wasn't waiting behind the door. Who would do such a thing?
Marigold.
Marigold. But as you see, he kind of opens the door to you all. You see that this, again, the kind of pale red tiefling with the 7 like black diamond star earrings on one ear, and you see he's wearing a similarly patterned, like dark flower black shirt again, and this time he's wearing some very wide-legged black, like stylish black pants that are very flared, almost to the point where it looks like he might be wearing a skirt. But he's wearing that, some slippers, and looks to be a bit surprised to see you all at his house on a Saturday night at, approaching kind of 9 o'clock at night. But you see, he's like, welcome back.
Hello.
Does he seem excited that we're back?
Yeah.
I'd say I'd say without even having to roll a perception check, he does seem excited.
Yay!
And you
Hello.
see, hi, would you all like to come in? I'm
Sure.
assuming you're here to talk about sponsorship.
Yes.
As you, he opens the door and kind of you all go into the sitting area. You made a floral arrangement, right? Like a table piece, kind of.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
It's
Of
whatever.
black roses.
Yes.
You see that has been placed on the like coffee table, for lack of better word.
Yay.
And there, it hasn't been dusted still. It's just been placed like in the center of a dusty coffee table. But it's there. That's the arrangement that Marigold made.
Oh,
And you see, he's like,
fine work, Marigold. Hmm.
Oh, thank you.
it is quite nice. So
I think it
Thanks.
really brightens up the place.
I agree. How can I help you this evening?
We would love to accept your sponsorship.
He does look genuinely surprised at that statement. He's like,
Surprised!
yeah, he didn't believe it.
So sorry. It took
We're
us
gonna
a
deny you in
while.
person.
We were fighting things and, doing the volunteer things, and there was a test, so there was a lot going on. We didn't, mean to keep you waiting so long.
No, that's fine. So now, what? Do you want the money now? Like, tonight, or?
Oh, it
Um,
doesn't have.
Whenever. I think we would like to move in tomorrow, though, if that is okay.
Yeah, let me check if I have anything going on. Yeah, that's fine.
I love him.
He's such a goober.
I know.
little bit more. A path.
Mhm.
Like
Uh,
pause. No, we're okay.
right. Well, I guess I'll get keys made. I just have the one. Now I'm assuming we'll need 4. So,
Yeah, that'd be
We
good.
also did hear there is some paperwork involved. We can try and scrounge that up and bring that by tomorrow as well,
Mhm.
if that would be all right.
yeah, that works for me. Anything I need to sign? You see, he like plays with a signet ring on his hand. He's like, I'm happy to provide the seal for whatever is needed.
Great.
Wonderful.
All
We
right.
very much look forward to working with you.
I'm excited to hear more about everything that entails being a volunteer. Um, seems exciting, to say the least.
To say the least.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, we don't
Uh,
want to keep you. We will be back tomorrow then.
All right.
I guess we could have just
Sounds
sent
good.
you an acceptance message over the tablet.
No,
I
it's
But I think
forgot.
it would be more proper, better to tell you in person.
no. I appreciate the visit. I don't have a tablet, so
Oh, did we not get his tablet number? I thought we had
Oh, I remember that now.
he
Yeah.
doesn't have one.
Didn't have one.
But yeah,
Oh, never mind. Then I didn't say that.
Yeah.
But he does seem appreciative you came in person, even
Yeah.
without that statement.
Oh yeah, and I
Alright,
don't have. Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
I'll see you all tomorrow then. Do you have a time you'll stop by? Are you early risers or do you stay up late?
Oh,
I tend to be a bit of a night owl.
I
I
tend to
wouldn't
wake
say
up
one or the
early.
other for myself.
We'll come to a consensus.
Okay, maybe
no later than. Oh, please, if you have a time that works best, what would be best for you?
perhaps not earlier than noon.
Okay.
But
Sure.
all right. Well, then I will see you all tomorrow.
We will see you tomorrow. Thank you very much, Lord Malrocky.
No, please don't. That was my father. Just Sarius is fine. So,
Of course, Sirius. Thank you.
and you see, he kind of looks. He's like, "Are you not a lord yourself?"
Not a lord, no. Heavens, no. Tratus nobility is a bit different. I guess nobility would maybe be more of a proper term, but hardly a lord.
Okay, sorry, I might have done a bit of looking into you all prior.
What do they say about me?
Nothing that I could find.
Oh. Good, I guess.
I mean, I could keep looking.
Oh, no need. Just curious.
Secrets.
I don't know why that's so funny to me.
Okay, very cool. They probably don't say anything about me either.
Hopefully that's a good thing.
You see that Darius just goes, well, Xanthe, I know you have a brother that's a city sponsor mage, but that's about all I could find. There's a lot on all of your family, but I guess you all could make a name for yourself in the volunteers.
I guess it's not really my goal. always been the... She kind of like trails off for a sec
You know,
and then stops a thought.
we gotta
I
start,
mean,
right?
we're not necessarily our parents, so
Oh no, my parents, well, my mom was way braver than me.
same. But tomorrow,
Mhm.
then you see he gets a little uncomfortable at his own parental discussion that he started. Good job,
Mhm.
buddy.
Mhm. Mhm.
He's like, okay, noon tomorrow.
Yeah, sounds good.
Right. You all are able to put not early in the chat. Sarah. God, he's got to get his evil deeds on in the middle of the night.
Pretty scary.
gotta
He
raise
seems
the
too
dead.
sweet to be evil.
Hmm.
He
Calling it
seems
right
like
now,
too
he's
much
a
of a
vampire.
dork.
He doesn't
We
leave.
can-
He's wearing all black. He's a vampire. Saying it.
Although, wait,
He did walk us across the front yard to the guest house, though, right?
Mhm.
Wow.
I don't care.
Maybe he has vampire SPF.
Maybe he was like very uncomfortable when doing
Mhm.
so. Was it overcast? I don't know. We didn't ask enough questions.
We didn't, you're so
You'll
right.
find out.
we
But yeah,
can't get
you'll-
vampire red herring the second time, guys. Please.
Oh my god.
We get
But
false
yeah,
vampire.
you all are able to head back to the schoolhouse, get some rest. Is there anything you all would be talking about either on the way back to the schoolhouse, or we're also gonna kind of lump in you all gathering your items, this radio, and lugging it back the next day, getting the paperwork and everything. Yes,
What's the floor plan of the guest house?
yes.
Ooh. Make that.
Ooh.
Yes. So you all.
Make it in The Sims.
I know. I was like, one of you two could make it in The Sims. One of you four. I don't
I
know.
made
who has
Marigold's
Sims.
house in Lumen in The Sims.
Nice. So yeah, it's kind of like you enter kitchen, what passes for a kitchen off to the right, like kind of a little island situation in a kitchen vibe. Then there's like the living area, stairs that go up to the second floor, and then there's two pretty spacious rooms on either side of the hallway on the second floor. So there will be a bit of a roommate situation you'll all have to figure out. But yeah, that's the general kind of just a pretty smallish two-bedroom guest house, but definitely enough room. There are like two single beds in each of them. Were there always single beds, or is that a new addition because there's now sponsors? Who knows? They're not dusty, so that might be your clue. But yeah, anything else as you all finalize your paperwork for Lord Malraki?
Marigold's gonna make a celebratory, some floral arrangements, some table pieces, some bouquets to put into vases to
nice.
liven up the guest house.
Yeah.
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 Does Lialia or Lialia?
Yep. I think I said both. So
Does she have
I think it's
anything to
Lialia.
say about like us bringing paperwork that's like Lord Malraki? Like, does she say anything about that, or like give a little, any kind
does.
of like?
You see that she takes it, and kind of gives it a look, and then looks up at you all and is like, yeah. That fits. None of you are from Old Haven. None of you have the prejudice of old Haven money. But she doesn't seem to care about the squabbles of the rich.
Sure.
She's out here teaching people how to punch through, dummies. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So she does see that that's interesting, if only for the name of it being a newer sponsor. But yeah. And you see that his seal Actually, no. I will get what his seal looks like. I just need to give it more thought to make sure I'm not talking wrong. But he does sign it with his, or seal it with his signet ring, which you would notice when it was on his finger. It was actually on his pinky, and it was a bit small of a signet ring. But
I did remember actually something that I wanted to do
Mhm.
after the meeting. I guess on the walk back, Marigold's going to be like, Teddy, you're a noble?
Sort of. Travis is a little different from how I hear things operate elsewhere. My mother's family owns a trading company, and has for many generations. So over time, we've become sort of a staple in transporting goods, and that has led us to become nobility.
Is that why your father has a different last name?
Yes. So he he took her surname when they wed. So carrying on the Lockhart name. So yes, he was Percival Blackwood for a while. But yes. So
Interesting.
now my mother runs all the paperwork, all the business end of things. He oversees the shipping yard. So a
Oh,
wonderful team.
that does sound lovely.
Does Lumen have nobility, or is that more of a... I mean, I have never been there. I don't really know how the politics look in that area.
Well, I was never really involved with the politics, but is there nobility in Lumen?
Yes, Lumen has much like how you get knighted in England for like achievements. Lumen's is very much about like academic or kind of research. So there
Has
are
my
a lot
dad,
there.
who does research,
He is
been
not.
knighted?
He is not. He's
Oh.
not Lord. That's why there's nothing
That
about
was me. What about my mom?
No,
Oh,
no.
darn.
It is much rarer in Lumen. They don't really subscribe as much to the nobility aspects that kind of Old Haven and Stratus do. And as none of you are from Comfort, you're who knows what goes on out there. Yeah, Comfort's a beast of its own. So
Well,
Beast.
nobility's kind of knighted. They value research, but yeah, it's pretty rare. My dad hasn't received any sort of noble title for his work.
Interesting.
your uncle's gonna get fucking knighted before him for his.
My uncle deserves it.
That would be so swaggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my knight uncle storm chaser guy. That's pretty lit.
Honestly.
Yeah.
He's literally the coolest.
Yeah.
I don't wish to bring up the elemental in the room, but how do we want to sort sleeping arrangements? I see that there are 2 beds in each room. I don't want to be presumptuous, and if you would feel more comfortable if we put a 3rd bed in there, I don't want, whatever is most comfortable.
He wants his own room.
I'm like,
No, it's just like, I don't want to be
I'm
like...
from a noble family. I have my own room growing up. I won't
Is this
settle
gonna
for
be
anything
like
less.
the thing of like Teddy accidentally coming across really prissy when he's just trying to be considerate?
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
fun.
so considerate it's looped back around.
Yeah, it's like, what a jerk.
Oh, you're hurt. No.
Well, I don't really mind.
I
Can share a room with whoever.
Hey, I'm really impartial.
I think we should roll these for it.
Yeah,
Rollies
no
for
one's
it?
gonna make a decision.
I
so
think we should roll these for it. Yeah.
whoever has the number closest rooms together.
Yeah.
agree.
Or we could do like top 2, bottom 2 or something.
Yeah,
Sure.
either
Probably
one.
easier.
15.
Top 2.
13.
12.
Come on, get 14. What'd you get?
7.
7. Okay, so 7 and
12.
13. 12.
Unless we're, yeah, 12.
So 7 and 12. It will do, bottom. And then, so Teddy and Hayes, Marigold and Xanthi.
Cute.
Yeah,
Great.
perfect. That room is just going to be split down the middle. There's flowers on both sides, but then split down the middle with everything else.
You know the room for Wednesday?
Oh, I never watched that Wednesday TV show. It's gonna be that.
I know what you're talking about, though. Yeah.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Ruby.
Actually, I think the personalities wise, in a way, they're kind of like Wednesday and her roommate, because her roommate's
What is
super,
it, Enid?
cheery.
Mhm. This is going to be so
Lovely.
much fun.
Yeah, we'll say you all spend all of Sunday kind of moving the heavy radio. You see that Zarius comes over with keys for all of you for both the kind of gate, excuse me, as well as the house. And you do see that as you all are moving things, you see that he's kind of like awkwardly like just standing, like he kind of like keeps coming outside to be like, just like not really looking at what you're doing, but like pretending he's like looking at something around the yard, like looking at the pool and like looking over, and then like if you need to like hold the door held, he'll like hold it, and then he'll like go back to like awkwardly looking. But he really doesn't say too much. He's pretty quiet, and lets you all get settled in. And you probably spend the rest of the day kind of dusting, most likely. um, Dusting, yeah. Putting things in your room, and getting ready to make the place your own. And that's where we'll end tonight, unless anyone has any last minute things.
I actually did want to ask Zarius something.
Yes. Will you marry me?
Is he single?
How did you know?
Are you married? Is there
Okay.
a lady Bell Rock?
I'm a classy lady. I expect a courtship and a proposal from the man. Sorry, I'm old-fashioned.
Wow,
But-
how normative of you.
Well, I mean, a woman can propose to me too, but get a man.
I just
so.
haven't found a hot one yet. So right now, this is all we got.
He's your roommate.
And they were roommates.
Oh my god, they were roommates.
Marigold, we'll go up to Zarius and say, Zarius. Well, two things, actually. The first, I'll just get the first one out of the way. How would you feel about a creeping claw as a pet for the villa?
I've never considered it. Can you domesticate them?
That's what I want to find out.
I mean, there's a lot of room.
I don't know.
I take that as a yes. Marigold just smiles. And then also I would love to do some work on the garden, getting some different flowering plants and other plants. We could maybe even get like a Venus flytrap or a pine tree.
Those are
Just
very
to freshen
different.
the place up. Yes. Well, I think they could both be intriguing in different ways.
I mean, sure.
I actually think a spruce tree would actually fit the vibe a little bit better, but we'll work on that.
I think those are kind of hard to come by in this area. I'm sure. I bet I could find someone who sells them. Do you sell trees? I don't know, but
Oh, I'm not sure, but we'll figure it out. I'll work on some plans.
okay. Sure. Oh, I did have the money for the group. Do you want to give it to them?
Sure.
He
Yeah.
pulls he pulls out he like goes to a little chest and flips it open and pulls out 4 kind of like dark red bags. Brings them over.
Are they heavy?
They're hefty, not as heavy as you would think, but hefty.
Oh, good. Good. Because I thought,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely carry these over to them. Yeah.
Okay. Is everything good with the guest house?
Oh, yes, it's lovely.
Great.
Getting it all, I guess, designed to our own personal tastes.
Uh,
Oh, and we have a radio if you ever want to listen to any programs. Actually, it seems like there is a little bit of a group getting together to listen to Typhoon Takedown on Tuesday evenings, if you're interested.
Sure. I don't think I know what that is.
Oh, it's a wonderful, wonderful show. Actually, my uncle is the one that does it. He chases storms and the Elder Tempest around.
He's like making some connections about family about family ideas that happen, about chasing monsters around. Runs in the family apparently. But he's like, oh.
Actually, yeah. What did you find out about my family?
Oh, just some old records about, I'm presuming your mother was decently high up in the volunteers,
Yeah, that's
and you
yeah.
all had lived here in the past, but not for a while. There were some kind of deeds on a house, but a lot of it doesn't go back very far, or rather, after maybe 10 years ago, there's not much.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. I could keep looking. I realize it might have been wrong of me to investigate you all.
Oh,
But
no. It makes sense to want to investigate those you're going to be sponsoring, and we investigated you as well.
you see, he kind of is like,
Oh no, it's only good things.
I don't believe that's true if I know what's said about my family.
Well, most people that say that, I believe they're wrong.
Thanks.
It is not fun to be misunderstood. And I'm really glad that we have you as a sponsor.
I'm glad you all chose me. I think this will be a much better year going forward. So
That's good.
Well,
I'm going to try to carry these over to the guest house.
do you go to pick them up? Yeah, no.
I think Marigold goes to pick them up, and then she's like, "Nah." So she casts Mage Hand and conjures up a little inky octopus who
Oh, it's
picks
gonna be a
up
crawling claw.
the little,
Me too.
Honestly.
who picks up the little bags in
Beautiful.
one bag per 2 tentacles and carries them for her.
Yeah.
Has
you
little
all-
it's like a little Dumbo octopus with a little
beautiful.
flap.
Yeah, you all see that Marigold has disappeared yet again. No stealth needed this time, though. You all were busy. And comes back with 4 pouches in an
Being
octopus.
carried by an
Being carried
octopus.
by an octopus.
Cool.
Yeah.
Here is the money that
Oh,
were-
wow. He is prompt. So,
Yes.
And you see that in each bag is 30 platinum. I have to double check the math, but it is platinum, which outside of Teddy, none of you have ever seen. You open this bag and are like, "What the fuck money is this?" Because
that
it
you were
is not
saying
good.
earlier, Greg?
Yeah, it's like, did we get ripped off? What's this Chuck E. Cheese money? But Teddy, you do note that it is platinum. So it is the 300 that was offered.
Very cool.
Sweet.
Oh shoot, there is. Oh, if we're still doing stuff, there's something I need to add at the end that I realized, and so it's really that's a big tangent. So
Whenever we sign documents, is his handwriting familiar?
No, it looks honestly terrible handwriting for a nobility. He has awful hand. He's got doctor handwriting. Can't read fucking anything that he's as he signs it. You
Great.
do notice though he hates using that signet ring. You can tell every time there's like a delay, and it is on his pinky. When he goes to sign it, he does not like it.
And Tate also took my idea about asking in private what he dug up, what he heard.
Well, you have more time to, next session to.
Yeah,
He's your sponsor now. You got a whole year to pester him about what'd you find about me.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Secrets.
So many. All right, who's spamming the chat?
okay, is it time for me to do my tangent thing?
I believe so. Everyone's ready.
Okay, sweet. I didn't realize this, and I was into a little into our session. I realized I had Marigold's backstory doc open, so I was poking around it, and I realized her uncle and her dad had birthdays this week. Her dad was April 1st, and her uncle's birthday was April 7th. So I'd like to add to the things that she was doing. On Death's Day, she would have sent her dad a happy birthday letter, and then probably on Tuesday, she would have written her uncle a letter and got it sent, so that way, hopefully, it could get to
all the way out to somewhere.
I don't know how she's gonna find where he is for that, but
yeah.
And speaking of her uncle, actually, there are, when she sets up decorating her room, on the wall are all these postcards from different places that he's been. And they're signed from her uncle.
Ew.
I don't know if you guys ever did this when if you guys did college dorm housing, but for roommates that I've liked in the past, we always did room tours after we moved in and stuff. So I imagine that after everyone gets settled, we go and we peek at the other room and see how the setup.
And you know what? You can all use the next week to be what's in your room.
Yes.
We'll say that you'll have a few days. So another long rest, but I don't think anyone used any spell slots, so it's okay. This was a very yappy episode.
I thought about casting protection, evil and good on Jaden.
Why on Jaden?
Because he was going off alone and there was a shadow film march happening. Okay.
Oh, cute.
So.
Oh, does someone have their eyes set on Jaden?
No.
Oh, damn. All right.
Okay, my Marigold's eyes are a little set on Jaden. Especially when
Just
she
a
found
little
out that
Marigold's eyes are set on everybody.
I think she actually
Marigold's
has her
eyes are
eyes
raised for everyone.
Yes, they are. But right now they're a little more set on one particular person right now.
Who could it be?
Serious.
He's her dream man. I don't know.
He just says yes and has a credit card.
He approves.
Man.
Pause.
He's sure, I'll pay for it.
He is.
Find a tree.
He is Marigold's Mr. Darcy. Okay.
Marigold is
Okay.
sugar daddy.
So funny.
You all want a sugar daddy.
Yeah.
That's why you're all please
got
give me
one.
that money. Yep. All right. Well, yeah, that's where we will end the session tonight. You'll all have some time in the next week to come up with what your rooms look like, how the arrangement is. You could make it in Sims. You could find inspiration on Pinterest, and we'll do a little montage of that at the start of next session.
Cool.
Exciting.
Yay!